Hey, we're back. Yeah, the internet died. Didn't die in a long time, so I'm gonna complain too much about it. And we're already back, so didn't resolve itself immediately after restarting. So I have no idea what's going on, but it's fixed. So that's nice. Um, And yeah, I had a little bit of time to think, right? And actually, I don't even know what the exact translation was for actually in German because there were so many use cases, and it turns out there are like a bunch of words you need to substitute for it. And yeah, so there is like no literal, literal translation for it. Yeah, great way to actually practice again here. So I want to go for the stuff here again, opening up the chats. I hope it didn't crash when tabbing in. Seems to work out just fine. Okay, yeah, sorry about that actually. Yeah, I really have to get used to using these two. I've used them so many times wrong that I probably will. It will take a little bit of time, but yeah, in a little while we'll be better, hopefully. Okay, yeah, so it works. That's good to see. Okay, very nice. Okay, what were we doing in the game? Stuff, right? Just casually hanging out here and showcasing a little bit what it's like to play the game after those 2 years. Yeah, and the main reason, by the way, why I'm playing it right now is because these are like really high level for whatever reason. Because they also give you these chests. Interesting. And what is this here? It is a Lost Armory side quest. I guess we're gonna do this one. Um, yeah, one of the reasons why I'm playing it again right now is because, first of all, I played it back in the day on the 3090, and so I thought it would be kind of nice to play it on now with the OLED screen too, and just enjoy it again. But the main reason why I came back to at this specific point was, yeah, first of all, yeah, was it also I had needed something to play off stream that I already played on stream. But also because they announced that there will be no second DLC for the game, and they're gonna make it a standalone product, right? So yeah, that's one of the reasons, because I was waiting for the DLCs to come out and then just like play the complete edition. But turns out that's never gonna happen. So yeah, don't have to worry about it too much anymore. This is fine too. Just like checking, right? Because it's been a while. Ah, shit. We should just check this one. Oh, we already did this one. Nice. No, cancel me. I mean, please don't. But kill these guys here. Okay, we're getting we can't get chased during daytime, so there is nothing to worry about here. I really have to keep myself from permanently trying out to train the pronunciation on actually, but it's actually a really fun game.
Anything I should know about?
Not much, just that people say it's haunted.
Yeah, the German version of this game is censored. You don't have dismemberment against humanoid enemies, not humanoid, human enemies, and you can't kill civilians either. You know, which is such a weird distinction, but I guess the game is pretty brutal in general, so I'm not for censorship, but I kinda can see where they're coming from. But I still think, come on, it's like 18 plus. I think a grown-up person can decide himself if you can handle the violence, especially since you can turn it down too. The game has, by the way, if you mind the violence, the game, by the way, no graphics glitch, is like the way it shows up. Here, see the brutality, you can turn it down. Don't know how brutal it would be with the turn down, but yeah, they also, yeah, I forgot about that. They added a bunch of, you know, I guess gore and visual effects related to weapon impact. So there, if you play the game on launch, there's a good chance it will feel quite different from an impact perspective. And I think you can see, right, this is like really nice how they made that, and yeah, it's really cool. So a very nice system. You might think like, why is it important? It doesn't really matter if it's violent or not, it just has to feel good killing enemies. And in general, having like physics-based dismemberment and stuff like that, it just feels good to kill stuff like that. I don't know why, it's like, for me, like, this is definitely more interesting and fun than if they always die the same way. For example, if you look at Valorant, where you just have no physics at all when you kill people, they just drop dead. I mean, yeah, it's very consistent from a competitive perspective and also saves a little bit of resources, but it also doesn't feel as good to kill people as a result. And you can do a lot with like visual effects and then on top of it, and also, what the fuck is going on here? You can also add a bunch of like sound effects, which is also really important. But I still think, you know, like especially when you're fighting zombies and you're like in melee combat like here, it's like really important just to get the feeling of, you know, that there is a nice impact, right? Because you can't feel it, so it's like it has to be visually and very well made. There is no rumble or nothing, right? So on PC, and it's kind of interesting how rumble is only a console feature, not a console, only a gamepad feature. There is rumble if you use a gamepad, obviously, but on mouse and keyboard, rumble never kind of saw the light of day. And I think it's also kind of okay because it is a more precise input, I feel, and having the rumble kind of, especially with the mouse, I think would be annoying. But with the keyboard too, like, I don't know, it just doesn't work too well because you're not always touching your keyboard the same way, like you're holding a controller. So I think it would be very weird. The only way I could see rumble work on a PC is via an extra accessory that you can maybe put on your wrist or, I don't know, around your neck so you can get strangled by the, you know, I'm just kidding. I know, but it's just like an accessory that rumbles for you. And I think they are like experimenting with chairs. Like Razer has this, I think it's Razer, has this chair that has like this motor in it that can like massage you and also shake you and stuff like that. And I think that is a nice idea, but at the same time, I think a subtle cue would be enough. And I think what takes the place for me on PC gaming probably is the bass, right? The bass also has some kind of rumble impact. But yeah, I still don't mind rumble features. So I wonder if one day we'll have a good implementation on PC as well. That makes sense, but I don't even know if I want it on PC. It's not like I miss it, right? Because if I move my arm while aiming, it's already a very physical experience anyway, right? Because I have pretty low sensitivity, so it already feels very, very much like I'm in the game. I'm brain dead. I have no idea where I went in there in the first place, and I didn't pay any attention, and we died. Well. Yeah, there are more virals also indoors now. I have no idea what the fuck I was doing. Yeah, I wasn't autopilot, just talking random shit, but I mean, quite obviously. Yeah, but really, really a beautiful game, and I really like the engine, right? It's kind of mean almost, because I feel like I'm becoming some kind of Unreal Engine hater. I think Unreal Engine games look fantastic, right? They have really cool geometry and all those things. But for whatever reason, seeing a nice custom engine that has like good performance and visuals, just, I don't know, there's just something nice about it. I don't know, it just feels like they're in control of their tech, right? Like, they're called Techland, by the way, they're from Poland, which is funny, because they kind of never went into outsourcing their engine like Unreal Engine did. But I think they're one of the few custom engines, I think, really do a very good job at a performance to visual ratio that are still like producing games, right? Because there are not a lot of custom engines anymore for bigger titles, and it's kind of really nice to see that they're holding up and also implementing frame gen, ray tracing support, and all those things, right? On top of really good rasterization. Yeah, I guess Guerrilla Games engine that's also using Death Stranding 2 again. Oh wait, is Death Stranding 2 now Unreal Engine, or is it still the Decima engine from Horizon? I actually don't know. I actually don't know. I feel like actually learning is gonna be is gonna be way easier than other words, because it's a word I use a lot. For example, love is very rare in my my daily usage comparatively. So, man, I don't know what it is about this game. Just like being here it just looks nice, man. I don't know what it is. It feels nice to walk around. It's like, it's such a nice change from these stiff-ass UE5 games I've played in the recent times. Just compare this to Wukong. How much? I mean, Wukong looks amazing, right? But like from a tech perspective, wow, they were very well hidden here. Yeah, so it looks really, really good, right? But at the same time, it also looks kind of soulless, and it's so stiff from a movement perspective, and I don't know, something about this game is just coherent, right? Like, it feels like everything is of the same quality. I mean, yeah, the texture resolution is not that consistent, but in general, I feel like it's just very consistent game, right? It just feels like everything's meant to stick together. In Wukong, you have like these very good assets, and then you have like mega shit assets next to each other. And here, everything just feels like it just fits, right? I don't know. They just did a really, really good job here, the art team and the tech team, and they seem to be very, very synergistic. I mean, you can tell, right, when an art team has a lot of impact on the tech stuff too, because they literally can go and, you know, say, hey, I don't like this, can you do something about it, right? Can we make it looks a bit different from a tech perspective? And that is a luxury that not a lot of non-custom engine games have, right? If you're on UE5, you must be a very big studio to have any impact on the feature set of UE5 to a significant degree by requesting something, right? I mean, most games do add custom modules and stuff like that, but still, it's very different when it's your complete own engine. I never grappled enemies. Let's just grapple someone for fun. It's so gimmicky too, right? And now you can do the vaulting, right? You can grapple him, maybe somehow. I don't know how. Yeah, you can grapple him and then you can jump him, right? Like, this is so gimmicky. I can just like press left click and kill him. Right, why would I not do that? I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna take a couple of days until actually and literally are in my brain.
What the hell is Tackhead? For Tackhead. So this Tackhead's the buyer. A code. I hope Jay knows what it means.
Aiden. Well done.
Why do I get the feeling I'm being watched?
Because you're being watched.
I have the code. I don't understand it.
Are you not meant to? It's a code.
Who's Tackhead?
Tackhead. Tackhead is an asshole.
Oh, another one.
We'll get to Tackhead later. First, there's another crate. Rooftop GRE quarantine in the Wharf District. No assholes, just infected.
Right.
So the thing here, what I like too, is that it's very, very colorful, right? You could have made this here a very brown and boring section, but with a really cool graffiti in the game and the colors of the pipes and everything, it just adds, you know, a lot of atmosphere to a potentially very boring environment, right? So I feel like they did such a good job of like just making it feel more fun and lively, and I don't know, it's just really, really Techland. Definitely one of my favorite devs when it comes to like the holistic design of their games. You can, I mean, you can argue about Game Pass stuff and about this is called not Game Pass, about, you know, like Battle Pass specific stuff and all those things, right? You can argue about all those things if you want to, and there's probably a lot of negative stuff you can say there. But I think in general, the idea of them, you know, making just good games, and when you play them, I mean, yeah, they're a bit buggy here and there, but just like the general idea is just like very consistent and nice. Yeah, so I'm like really, really happy they actually went out of their way to make such unique and fun games. They're also, yeah, that's also one of the points, right? They're not like, wait, where's my healing? Huh? Did I change that?
You're dead now, asshole.
Wait, where is my, wait, before you kill me, just wait a second. Why's my inventory completely fucked? Did I have a healing item? I'm so confused. Didn't we have like mega heals? I don't mind using those actually. Wait, right side, left side. I don't even remember actually. I'm so confused. Why are you not my immunity booster? I don't know, but must have swapped it at some point. Yeah, but I really, really like it, right? I really like what they're doing, and I'm really, really happy with what they're doing. Like, I know not everyone's like agreeing that, you know, it's amazing and has, you know, it has problems for sure, but it's mostly stuff I don't give a shit about, right? As long as it doesn't affect me. When one day microtransactions become mandatory and I feel like I have to pay to play and stuff like that, then it would become really... I never saw this effect either before. That's cool. Maybe it's because I'm too close usually, and that is maybe if you just like barely touch them with a weapon. Yeah, but for sure can appreciate Techland's game making. And it's also interesting how little clones there are of their games, right? There could have been a bunch of games that are just like copy pasta Dying Light, but there isn't, right? Because I think it's a pretty hard game to make in general. You might undervalue the effort you have to put in to make all those systems work, like the movement stuff. It is definitely not the easiest part. That is why movement in a lot of games just feels like complete ass. Because it's not like you just put the character in the game and it just works, right? Especially not if it's your engine. So I think it's a game that is not easy to replicate. Ooh, an upgrade. And an objective upgrade too. And obviously there are elements from Far Cry, like, you know, you just, sometimes you have to climb up somewhere, you have like these drop zones. But I really think like, after Dead Island, I was like, hey, you know what, this is pretty fun. And then after Dying Light, I was like, hey, holy shit, they just like kinda took Dying Light and Dead Island and changed it completely. And I know some people will prefer Dead Island, and the new game is, by the way, not from Techland, it's like a standalone studio. But I feel like it's a very different approach. I think both you know, fun games, but I really prefer Dying Light personally because I really like the movement systems and all those things very much, and they're very unique, right? Dying Light alone is already very unique because of the setting and stuff like that. And not Dying Light, Dead Island, right? Like zombie RPGs weren't that common back in, especially back in the day. But yeah, I still think whatever Techland's gonna make next, I'm very excited for, because I'm pretty sure someone who makes such great games from a design perspective is for sure gonna make something interesting in the future. Even if the preview versions, I know they're like, they might look different, they might like, and you, just don't forget, if something is showcased, it's usually a vision, right? If you see a trailer 3 or 4 years ahead of release, usually the game is barely done, right? So everything you see is just an idea, and obviously ideas can change. If the first version you see of a game doesn't match up with the release version, that is usually not because they want to deceive people. Sometimes they do, right? Sometimes there are ill intentions, but often it's just people who actually don't know what their game will look like in the future, and they just hope it will look like it does in the trailer, right? So, because it doesn't exist yet, right? So that's why sometimes trailers can be very off. But obviously, there could also be cheating in marketing materials, just like making images look prettier. And I think one of the first examples was in Command & Conquer Tiberian Sun, where they took like 2D screenshots and added like some very pretty Photoshop explosions on top, and it was like, yeah, I felt like that was very deceitful, deceiving, because the game didn't come even close to that visual quality. But that is basically also in a time where tech was changing very rapidly, so maybe back then it was a little bit harder to actually do something here. And hey, Botzheimer, if only I wasn't broke, I'd buy this game too. I'm just thinking. I have to think. I don't think it's in the Game Pass, right? Let me look quickly. And how are you, Botzheimer? Doing well? You're like a doctor asking his patient how he's doing. I don't know why. The way I said it. I don't think it's in Game Pass, right? No, I don't think it would come to Game Pass. It's too much of a games as a service game. I mean, maybe that would make it likely. I don't know. What is the price on the game at the moment if you would buy it on PC? No, it's still pretty expensive. I mean, it's $20, right? That's not cheap. You can buy Steam accounts, which I really would not do actually for a game, but yeah, it's something along of the 20 euros. Yeah, it's still expensive. I mean, obviously the game is worth the money, but if you don't have the money, I would just wait for further sales. I'm pretty sure the game, as soon as Dying Light 3 comes out, is going to become very available. Yeah, but it for sure is a fun game. Yeah. I mean, I personally can recommend it, but I do know that there are people that don't like it for whatever reason. And I mean, I guess you will know if you're the person or not, right? It's very unique too. So just Steam reviews are kind of useless for these games, because people will usually just give a negative review for microtransaction stuff and all those things, which are obviously things you should, you know, try to counter, and which are bad. But playing the game, right? The game does not fucking annoy me with microtransactions. It's not like I have a pop-up every 10 minutes opening a store, right? I mean, obviously when I press escape, this is here, right? Who gives a shit? It's not in game, right? It is literally not part of the gaming experience, right? Like these, this I actually don't know if it's part of the battle pass. I don't know what this is. I think this is just like a normal stuff, but obviously there is a lot of games as a service stuff that you can do, but I don't think it is ever part of the core experience. So it's not annoying, right? If it was annoying, I would let you know, but it's definitely not annoying. And if you're a person that likes to spend money on microtransactions, you feel like the pricing is unfair or some bullshit, that's perfectly fine, but it doesn't really affect my rating of the game. It's more of a, you know, if it doesn't affect my gameplay experience, I hope for the future of gaming it's not going to become worse, right? But at the same time, I'm also not going to say the game's bad just because there is an issue that might or might not affect you at all. In this case, it doesn't affect me, so I'm not going to say it annoys me, right? If it would annoy me, I would instantly tell you, okay, fuck this, I hate this, right? I would be the first person to tell you if I don't like it, but that's also because I don't buy microtransaction stuff, so I don't really care about the pricing stuff. I think they did something with pricing. I have in my backhand, about the back of my mind, there is something about pricing and DLC stuff and microtransaction stuff, but I actually can't put I can't remember the exact details, but you can look that up if you care about those things. For sure, there is some sort of controversy in the past around that, but yeah, for me, the most controversial part about the release version was how bugged it was, but it was still super fun, right? Even though it was bugged. Yeah, at the end of the day, it's a game. It's meant to be fun, and bugs are never great, but sometimes they destroy the experience. Sometimes they're just like, okay, whatever, who cares? In this case, for sure was whatever, who cares for me. What the fuck am I doing, actually? We just need to get over there and go up, which should not be that hard, actually. Actually. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just bad and... Okay, we can also go here. Yeah, there are usually many ways to achieve your goals in this game. Tired as shit, I was up painting my wall all night. Why did you do it at night? Is there a reason? And what color did you paint it? There's only one correct answer. No, there are actually a lot of reasons for different colors on walls, but all have trade-offs. And was it the inside or the outside wall? Because outside, I think the choices become very limited from a what I would call effectiveness perspective. Inside, there's a bunch of stuff you can do, but outside for sure, it's a bit more limited. And then again, you can also only go by aesthetics too. That's also fine, right? I'm just a very like physically oriented person, so if the physics don't really match up with what I want, I will probably not choose the color even if I like it more. I would always choose like efficiency before like function over aesthetics. Unless the functionality is almost identical, then I wouldn't care. I wonder if one day we will have houses that have like shifting colors for heat retention in the winter versus the summer. That would be kind of interesting to see. If one day we'll have like this reactive paint structure, which they're trying to put into a lot of cars and stuff like that. Like there's some kind of experiments where you have like this color change depending on what you even want to set up by almost making the entire car itself a display. But at the same time, it's like RGB. It's nice to have, but I don't need it. I'm more interested in actually the color changes for the house exterior based on the sunlight and heat exposure. Power up the metro station. Why they put a flashbang in there, I do not know. I will never understand devs that put any white transition into their games or also shows, right? Just like a full widescreen is usually terrible. And then there are also HDR shows that just do a full widescreen at maximum... Is it nighttime? Yeah. At maximum brightness, and you're like, fuck my life, why? It's like super blinding and it's so not nice to look at. I really hope that in the future like dark mode is the default for loading screen transitions, because it is a difference between having a bright UI and just having a bright screen, right? A completely white screen is just horrible to look at. Unless you're in a very bright environment, it doesn't matter, right? But if you're usually, you don't want to be in a very bright environment when you're gaming, so. What is this? Peacekeeper turncoat. I like that you can just click on the missions next to you, but I kind of also would like just to see all the missions in real time next to me at all times when I come close to them. Got him. He's probably very tanky, isn't he? Yeah. That's because he's level 7. It's still an RPG. I think that is the biggest difference between Dying Light 1 and 2. But what's really weird to me personally is the fact that their default has HP bar values on. I hope they changed that over time, but it's kind of hard to tell for me because I changed it on release. But yeah, having HP bars really destroys the atmosphere for me, and also the dread, right? If you can see the HP bar of an enemy is much less exciting at the start. I mean, now I'm OP as fuck, it doesn't really matter anymore, but yeah, and also having HP bars for enemies that just die in one hit, also kind of useless, right? So it's, I don't know. Those HP bars don't fit the game to me, for me, and I really, really hope whatever they do for Dying Light 3, which hopefully is gonna happen, I really hope there will still be options to turn off all the stuff you don't want to have. Because I think it really adds, you know, 2 ways to play the game. You can really play it like an RPG with all the stats and numbers, or you can just play it like an action game where you almost see nothing, which in my opinion really suits the game way better. But obviously the items still have stats, so. Did we find them? And you can also dismember like bodies, right? That's also something the German censorship commission usually doesn't like too much. But yeah, they're not the biggest fan of the dismemberment here. But I really kind of feel like playing Soldier of Fortune again. The funny thing is, in my head it was obviously not as dated. It looks really, really dated from today's standard. But I still feel like it would be fun to play the game as a grown-up instead of just as a kid, to get an idea of how I feel about the gameplay itself. Because I don't remember anything about the quality of the game. I just knew it was fun to kill stuff in the game. Wait, there is a house next to us. We need more dog tags here. There must be one person. That we missed. Yeah, and just as a reminder, the game is very dark if you don't use the flashlight. So if you're into really dark gaming for whatever reason, yeah, you can make it really, really dark. There must be a peacekeeper around here. Although I don't know if it's on another level. Yeah, I actually don't know. It could be inside, could be outside, could be one floor higher, maybe. Not the biggest fan of finding the objectives inside of buildings, to be honest. Not too much my jam. I do remember spending a bit too much time looking for the individual items. You know where I am. You can also turn off the wall hack if you don't like that. So if you really want to play completely like immersed, UI and help mechanisms can be turned off individually. I don't care too much about that, right? I just care about fun. And for me, the settings like this are pretty fun, so. Although, it would be very fun to find the final guy. It's just a guy, right? There must be a guy on the ground that you can interact with that I have not found yet. I hope he's inside, though. Yeah, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of the way the game handles indoor like indoor objective marking. 'Cause I feel like I've looked at every single room and there hasn't been a single fucking enemy. Yeah, I don't know. Where the fuck could he be? Wait, seriously, like, find the lost PK squads. Wait, is it over there? No, these are enemies, right? I don't know. Is it over here maybe? Oh, there's a house up here. We can enable the house and then we can look into the other stuff if we want to. Oh, and also, you might be wondering, is it annoying that the game has animations for picking up items, for interacting with these generators? And actually, no, it's not annoying because it has a function. And the function is you need time. And why is that relevant? Because if you get chased or there are enemies nearby, you can't just casually go in and just loot everything, right? You have to have a certain amount of time available to actually be able to, you know, loot stuff. So it has a purpose, right? The time you need for looting is definitely required if you don't want the player to just run through and do everything automatically. So this is inside the objective area, so they could very well be on the rooftops or somewhere else. Which does not really help me, to be honest. Yeah, the objective area is pretty big. So all of this is part of the objective area. Yeah, so opening stuff up and looting and all those things, it feels great and visceral, at the, you know, like really... It feels good to loot, and also it has a purpose, right? Doing these things is just not there to waste your time, but actually because there might be a zombie chasing you or next to you, and you just want to maybe hurry up and get this stuff. Yeah, and also this, right? You can't just like instantly pick up items from the ground. Yeah, the internet is back. It actually came back, oh, what the fuck am I doing? It came back pretty quickly. I'm dead. I'm so fucking dead, actually. Some copium. Huffing some copium. Okay. We're juking them pretty hard. They're really bad at chasing you around corners. Okay, so let's just hope they can't find us here. Okay, they have wall hack, unfortunately. But he's already dead. Well. Yeah, you can't hide inside of stuff, unfortunately. So I mean, maybe fortunately, so running away is usually the best option. Or just like, I mean, you can hide, but just not like in 100. It's not like Assassin's Creed, right? You go into a brush and you're safe. Okay, we still haven't found the final PK dog tag here. And I'm starting to get pissed, because it's really not what I like doing in video games. Like looking for random shit inside of a building. I mean, maybe there even is a lower floor we haven't been into. Come on, I know you can do it. Yeah, there are also like drop kicks and stuff like that, but they're like not very functional. So I did try them out when we first played the game, but now I'm all you know, about efficiency more than experimentation. Okay, so we've been in here for like, I don't know, 1,000. Wait, did we? I don't even know. I really hate looking for the objectives like that. It's super annoying. There's just way too many things here. And hey, Vibing Creamy, hope you're doing well. Can you elaborate what your name is? No, I'm just kidding. I have a certain image in my mind of Vibing Creamy, and it does not involve sun lotion. Oh, this looks really cool with the sun here going outside. I swear to God, I hate this. How big is this place and how hard is it to find the peacekeepers? But I thought they were all gonna be in that one spot. But this is like the biggest fucking location ever. What did I say? Nothing, nothing. We're all nice. Are you doing well? I still think it's really interesting that they thought one of the lacking features of the game was the gore of it. That they literally went and changed that so much. I didn't think it was like bad or anything, but it turns out they made it way better, so I guess it wasn't that great. Oh! Next time we should jump down, maybe. I'm still so fucking annoyed by this mission. It can't be that hard to find it. We're still inside the objective area, but... But if there's an enemy over here, okay, nice dropkick. Wait, why are there enemies here? Wait, let's drop kicking him from above. Wait. Wait, that doesn't really seem useful. We don't have the grappling hook yet, so it's really annoying to get back up. I mean, not annoying, but it's like slow. Wait, do we one-shot him by drop kicking? Okay, wait, I have to pick up a little bit of momentum. I mean, he's too strong, man. Wait, he just dropped down by himself. The fountain. Oh, it's so good, actually. Holy shit. I really like that. It's fun, right? How can you not like this, man? Imagine being a fucking person who wants to censor this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is just so funny. Like, it can't be real. Like, we're still looking for the same shit. Now instead of... They even respawned enemies at the location we've been already. Like, it's kinda getting on my nerves here. Come on, there must be some kinda way here. Yeah, you don't. The thing is the fall damage. So when you start out, look at the cool graffiti too. When you start out the game, you can also turn out the flashlight if you want to. One of the things that's actually missing is kind of a lighting interaction with the rain and the flashlight. Thank you, Bandit. Yeah, you don't take a lot of fall damage once you get the upgraded fall height thing. But you do take fall damage, right? And at the start you take a lot of fall damage. And what I have is active landing. So what I do when I land, I press control and then I roll, right? So it's me actively preventing the fall damage. And the reason why it's realistic is because the character is a heavily modified human being that is like stronger and faster than the average human being. He's not meant to be a normal human being, right? You're meant to be some kind of super mega strong a human experiment, right? So it's like there is some kind of lore to it, basically. We're still looking for this shit, though. Wait, are we though? And there's also a technique that I really don't like, that's why I don't use it, but you can actually use the paraglider and do some kind of weird drop attack to get more speed, but I feel like it's really silly, right? You can do this and then you can kick like so, and this gives you more speed, but it's really stupid. As you see, I took fall damage here because I didn't press the button. Where would they put this guy? Why did you lose your leg? Really? Well, fuck you. Go again. No, there's no way we're making that jump, actually. Come on. Okay, fuck it. And see, that's why it's cool, because I just hit him by accident on the way back. I didn't even want to dismember the dead body, but at the end of the day, it adds a little bit more fun. So, did someone see the missing Peacekeeper? Because I feel like I'm going in circles and the game doesn't want to help me find him. Like, how is this the objective area? Like, how would you ever make it so big? Like, am I missing some core gameplay mechanic? I think he's even resetting the loot locations here. Yeah, this is again the same thing we've been over and over. So this is the first Peacekeeper, right? There's no loot inside though. The second one I think was over here, right? And the third one should be right around here if there is any logic to it. Maybe he got knocked off the building. Hey, maybe he did. I mean, it is a Peacekeeper, but I don't think we can interact with him, so it doesn't seem to be part of the objective. Come on, game. What a great showcase. Finding, I think in the during the entire playthrough, I've not gotten stuck once like this while exploring. So yeah, great showcase. Also here, I really like the lighting inside. It really feels nice. Come on, there must be actually a way to go there. I think I did this mission. I think I don't know if this is an old or a newer mission. If it was an older mission, I probably also did it. And I kind of remember this one. I feel like I've been here before, but at the same time, I like how they respawn the flowers, but there's you can't loot them just yet. Excuse me, have you seen Peacekeepers? Peacekeepers, anyone? Excuse me, Peacekeepers? No? I mean, it is just this building complex, right? There are not that many different rooms, so there must be one room that is actually the place we want to go to. I remember this being shit though. Like my brain's like, yeah, you know this. It was shit before, and it still is shit. It might actually be the worst mission in the game. Yeah, I think farming volatiles now is pretty easy because they increase the density by so much that you can literally go anywhere you want and just like farm them. But when you're weak, UV. And a UV spot where you can like cheese them is pretty nice. Yeah, you can kill them very, very efficiently early if you just like keep them going into UV light over and over again. But yeah, I don't think I would have done that on my first playthrough. On my second playthrough, since I did want to level my gear a bit faster, I did cheese them a little bit until I got my upgrades. But then I was like, okay, fuck it. I have them and I can move on. Okay, but where the fuck is the guy? Like, and he also has no indication, right? It's like there's no indication where he is. Considering all the houses are in this level here, well, maybe he's here. I don't know. I mean, he could also be outside, right? Maybe. Find the lost Peaky squad. It was a squad, so why would they? Like, why would they not be at the same spot? There were also enemies next to them, so I feel like he should be in here. Right? I feel like he should be right next to these guys. Kinda isn't, so you can also just say fuck it and we're not gonna do the mission right now. Yeah, I also think he should be in here somewhere, right? From a logic perspective, that makes the most sense, unless there is a missing interaction. But also, it's not like I've seen a body which I can't actually interact with, so He's respawning the enemies every single time we pass here, but okay, let's have a. You know what? It's maybe a good idea to get an idea of where we can go. So we went here. We went here. Did we go inside of this one? I don't think so. Maybe we did. I actually don't know. Actually don't know. I'm almost repeating actually today, by the way, because I'm trying to relearn the pronunciation and correct it. So I'll just say it twice to make sure I remember the correct one, because I might say it wrong when I don't think about it. So it's always, unfortunately, a learning experience. Yeah, I think I'm done here. Actually, yeah, I'm actually done. I think we spend enough time doing nothing. Yeah, we could Google it, but at the same time, who cares? The mission will not be cleared. That sucks though. I have to admit, I want to do it. Pretty sure I was on this for quite a bit, but then I got stubborn and searched every nook and cranny and found it, I think. Should I reinstall the game and help you find it? You don't have to. It's pretty big, right? It's like 50 gigabytes or bigger. There are not that many rooms. I mean, did we ever go into this room? Like, why would it doesn't make sense, right? Why would they put it somewhere else? It just doesn't make sense. Why would you put the Peacekeeper away from the squad. And there are also not that many different rooms, so it's like unbelievably annoying. This is a terrible showcase because this is by far the only mission that I remember that has this extreme issue of not being able to find a simple objective, and the game also not being helpful about telling you where it is. I mean, there have been some instances. What if it's over here? What if it actually is over here? Maybe it is. It's not the objective area, but what do I know? Maybe they fucked up and they just put him over here. I don't think that's the case at all. That looks pretty. Pretty useless. Nah, I don't think there is anything up here. Maybe he's on the rooftop or some shit. I mean, the marker is just in the center of mass. There is no meaning behind this marker, as far as I'm aware of, at least. Where would you... I mean, there's a description in the journal. I should read it. I need to eliminate a PK trader who defected to the Renegades and find out what happened to the squad who went looking for them. I mean, we killed the traitor. I'm sure it's just... We walked past it like 10 times already. On the phone. Just gonna pick it up. Yep, listen. Yeah, we're gonna work out until we're strong enough to do the objective. This is my special work. I do it every day in real life too. It's called the ceiling clap. It's a... Ich hab noch ganz viel. Aber danke, dass du mir... Yeah, see, this is the ceiling clap. This gives you endless endurance and strength. No, but seriously, I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. It wouldn't be bugged, right? Because it is a static objective. Or is it? Wait, what type of mission is this actually? Because it gives you this weird thing, right? So maybe it is a special mission. Because these are usually associated with new stuff I maybe didn't do before. Or they just changed the reward structure, so I don't even know. Yeah, those boxes are definitely glued to whatever it is here. No water? You know what? This game actually has like working faucets, so it's kind of nice to see. Because if you have played games as in the 90s and early 2000s, a lot of the games had running water and toilets and stuff like that. It was like always there, and then at some point people just stopped caring about it and didn't do it anymore. Check the left of this house. Now, since it is a there are 360 degrees of freedom here. Do you have a compass direction? You can see it in the top. This is north. I'm looking north. So the question is it in this direction, here, left, right? It's kind of hard to tell, right? Left, right, north, right. So you mean northeast, like this here, over here. Maybe down here. I'm assuming we can even go inside here somewhere. Let's have a look from a little bit further away. It's like funny just jumping backwards. I mean, there is something over here. I think we did check that, but let's check it again. I mean, this is the other building, right? We've been here before. I mean, yeah, sure, if you have any idea. I mean, since I already finished the game, I'm completely open to any spoilers anyway, so it's not like it's my first time and I'm trying to find everything myself, so I'm just like casually playing anyway, so it's not like we're gonna spend too much time on stuff, but it must be a really stupid thing, right? I mean, we didn't no way, don't tell me this is it. I just want to say we didn't check down here. And yeah, so it makes sense, right? He was part of it. Wait, is there actually a visual hint? There was locking down so many enemies I didn't even check. Okay, it's definitely down there, but I do want to see if the game gives you any kind of indication that it is. Yeah, there's like a blood trail, but after killing like 1 billion enemies in here, like I didn't think too much of it. And then he just drops down here. Okay. Well, that is on me, I guess. Oh, you never finished the game? I mean, it's not the longest game if you go for the missions, for the main missions, but it's definitely a pretty long game if you go for all the side missions. I think I had, after my first playthrough, I had over 120 hours in the game. So yeah, it definitely took quite some time. And now I obviously have more hours because I definitely started to play it again. These have been in the game before, didn't they? I just remember them being less frequent with these loot goblin type enemies. Yeah, what game did we play where the progression ended a bit too soon just recently? There was a game where we felt like it ended way too soon from what you can achieve relative to the game. And I think the game also has a little bit of that issue that you can get to a point where you can have a lot of horizontal progression still, but the vertical progression ends a bit sooner than you would probably like for an RPG. But okay, we made it and we can go wherever we want now. Did we do the challenge over here? Is there actually a way to check that on the map so I don't have to go there every single time? So I think we have not achieved anything on this challenge. Run like there's no tomorrow. Okay, this is a paraglider. Ah, it needs the grappling hook. Okay, so it does actually warn you. Yeah, we should actually play the main mission until we get the grappling hook. What are you? Like St. Paul Island? Difficult missions? No, we should just do chill stuff here. Lost Armory. It's only doable by night? Maybe? I mean, it has the night icon next to it. Yeah, I still wonder how much performance dual streaming costs in-game. It must have a little bit of an impact, but I think it shouldn't be that bad because the encoding, technically the card can encode at 8K 60, so 4K 120, which it technically is, should be fine. But I wonder if double encoding, since it has 2 encoders, is even an issue then. Yeah, and since the 5090 is coming out, who gives a shit? But I just like wonder about that because I've been playing so many games on stream. I almost have no comparison from a performance perspective off stream. So it would be kind of nice maybe to track that in some games, just to have an idea what the performance delta would be. Oh yeah, they want us to come here at night because there's going to be a bunch of virals, but I don't mind that, so let's just go during daytime. Greetings! Slice them up. Hello, viral. Why do people want to go viral? They look pretty mean. Oh no, that's what I mean. You always want to have endurance, otherwise you're gonna get clapped on. Huffing the copium. I think night usually means it's preferred to do it at night. I think so too. I think they don't force you unless there might be some specific event. No, sometimes you actually have to go at night. It was actually the word? Yeah, I think so. I just have to remember it. Yeah, sometimes you do have to go at night because certain things like flowers only bloom at night and stuff like that, but I think it's also not that common. Yeah, but for spaces that are like this, right, where you have a night symbol next to them, that are not mission related, all it tells you is basically that this is a hideout and there will be a bunch of enemies. But yeah, for missions, sometimes night is required from a scripted perspective. Yeah, and some also force night and also transition to night automatically to help you. Okay, already dead. Is there actually a diminishing return on weapon damage if you get lower durability when there's no stat for it? Because I wonder if... Wait, why do you want me to modify it? Huh? Wait, what? What does it blink? Maybe it's to tell you that you can modify stuff. I don't know. But in general, I think it's... I think durability means nothing as long as the weapon is not breaking, but I might be wrong. I do repair it at every occasion, so... Not that it would change too much if it did. And also the game has very generous durability, which I don't know if they changed, but it definitely is possible to keep a weapon for a long time once it's upgraded fully. Which I like, right? I think like min-maxing that is cool, like to try out different weapons every now and then. But at the same time, I also like having a good weapon at all times, so... And obviously I also have no idea what's considered OP or not in the game and optimal build and how balanced the game is. I just took something that felt nice to me, right? I don't watch content creators or guys, right? So, I mean for this game. So I have no idea what is considered a good or bad weapon in the game. I mean this one for me seems pretty nice. It just one-shots most enemies and feels pretty good. And has AoE stun too, so... For me, this is a good weapon, but I have no idea if it's considered a good weapon in general. What are we doing here? Shit, I was on autopilot. There was just like, he was just talking about random shit and... I'm pretty sure there was on Dying Light 1, felt like weapons on that guy felt weaker the more damage it was. I mean, there are a lot of games that have that mechanic, right? So I remember in Dying Light 1 also seeing the weapons getting broken, but I think that was only when they were in the red, right? So maybe it does happen when you were like getting close to the weapon breaking. But I don't even remember, because repairing weapons in Dying Light 1 was also a bit different. And I think one thing I really like better about Dying Light 1 than 2 is the airdrop mechanic. I think the game might get airdrops at some point, but I kind of like this timer-based stuff, right? Just seeing a flare pop up and then you have to go as fast as possible, fight and get the loot. That really felt like a cool mini game, right? And it also was... It just felt also rewarding because you got good stuff out of it. And this is the only type of mission I kind of miss, right? That there's not a lot of, hey, there's a random drop somewhere, just get to the location as fast as you can anymore. Are we done with the mission? I guess we're done. Okay, we already did this zone anyway. Okay, so we can go back here just by fast traveling. Yeah, I know. A lot of people argue that airdrops wouldn't make sense anymore, and I don't remember if the game gets a similar mechanic at the end. I know that Cyberpunk got one, and yeah, it doesn't make sense from that perspective, but you could have done it in a different way, right? You didn't have to make it an airdrop, but you could have made it a flare that's being shot up by an enemy because they're doing some kind of hidden, I don't know what, right? There's like some logic behind it. Oh yeah, they're gonna meet up to do a deal or some shit, I don't know. Just like some kind of timer-based event. And I don't even know what type I would... It doesn't have to be an airdrop. Just like the idea of having a location be relevant and give you a time limit to get there was, I think, a good idea. And it's the only thing I think is kind of missing out of part 2. It doesn't have to be airdrops, right? It's just something that is logical. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to just think of it, right? But there could be many ideas for it. And there are some time-limited things, but they're usually very close to you always, and it doesn't feel like they enable you to use your parkour for them as much as you could for the airdrops. So yeah, I kind of like the airdrop idea. And a substitution would have been nice.
Jay, who's Tackhead? And how do these codes get us guns?
The GRE hid the firearms and the ammo. But this secret cache was always meant to be temporary. They encoded the cache's location and broke the code into pieces. Each team leader on the task force took a piece. When conditions were more favorable, they'd return, retrieve the guns, and ship them out. Conditions never became more favorable. The task force disintegrated. Now, to find the firearms, we must reassemble the code.
And Tackhead?
Wannabe warlord. Rule number 1 with guns. Keep them away from warlords.
All right. Let's get the codes.
Or sell them and make a fuck ton of money.
I'm gonna lead in a military zone of muddy ground. I need you to go talk to some people. Delta. Piece of work. Has a code. Maybe persuaded to sell it. Maybe. You should find her at the windmill camp at the Trinity in Old Villador. Then, Gatsby has what we need. Office tower, downtown. There. Gatsby. Maybe he's alright, maybe he isn't. Be careful. Don't tell either of them what the codes are for. And don't mention my name. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tackhead?
Stay the fuck away from that guy. And
It seems like he's like
stays away from you.
maybe the warlord. Okay, so this is I think a new mission that is supposed to give you access to weapons and
Good
guns.
luck.
And also justify their existence again. But at the same time, since I heard they're trash, I'm not like too excited to get them. And you mean the company who sent the airdrops in Dying Light 1 kind of caused the end of the world and ended? Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't know the name either, though. Also, I don't think any enemy would want to use a flare to tell everyone where they are. And be right back, never seen this mission. Yeah, see you in a moment. Yeah, this must be the weapon unlocked mission. It looks so cool though. It's just like, I really like the idea of having skyscrapers. And they did the first thing in the first game where you had like this countryside and then you went into the city. And I thought like, yeah, are they gonna manage this like cool transition again? And they did, right? They made it an even bigger and cooler city. And the addition of the paraglider, I think it's a double-edged sword. I think overall I like it, but it also removes the necessary parkour ability for a lot of things, because the fastest way in a lot of cases is just literally using the paraglider, right? So that's kind of the downside here. Oh yeah, we can also go back to Old Villador at any moment now, which I forgot. I mean, sure, why not do this new mission type? We can also fast travel now, so it would be quick. Yeah, fast traveling is really quick, for sure. And there are also like missions for these chapter things. This mission is a Dark Zone time trial. Use any means necessary to get the lowest floor of the building within the time limit, but beware as there will be obstacles blocking your path and rooms filled with infected. Keep in mind that inside some tools like paraglider or grappling hook will be blocked, so traverse with caution. Hey, here they maybe listened. At the lowest floor, you will enter an arena filled with enemies and guarded by a powerful infected. Cleared out to complete the mission. Remember that death is a failure condition. So I recommend it to complete regular mission for attempting elite version. In the elite mission, you will be provided with specific loadout and face even more dangerous enemies to be extra. Oh, okay. So they're forcing a loadout on you. You need an elite mission ticket for this one. And this is probably the normal version, isn't it? Yeah, and we have a regular mission ticket. I do feel like we should probably, before attempting it, repair the weapon. Okay, so this is the metro station they've been talking about with the missions. I assume they're like procedurally generated to some degree, because I think they should be, they want them to be highly replayable. Where the fuck? Oh yeah, I think it was inside. Okay, everyone's back. You still there? Yeah, she's still alive.
Just kidding. You two are a match made in heaven.
Yeah, who cares?
Be soaked.
Okay, he's now here instead of his father. Makes sense. Upgrade. Let's upgrade this one. I don't need anything else, I think, so fuck the other upgrades. I mean, maybe a good Molotov could be kind of interesting. I kind of don't use these too much. I just use the UV flashlight. So, I don't actually know if they're any good. Wait, what apricorn? What is Lich? And you're gonna watch One Piece. Yeah, have fun watching One Piece and play Street Fighter 6. That sounds like a good combo. The chapter is coming out this week. Manga Plus changed the release date. Oh, okay, that's cool. There is no delay anymore, maybe? Currently watching the second season of Oshinoko, and it is really good. I really like Oshinoko, and highly controversial maybe, but I when I was in Japan, I brought back like chibi dolls for my niece and nephews, and I gave her because she's older, and the two twins got Aqua and Akane. So they now have both all the characters in there. And I have a keychain. I'm a little bit of a weep maybe. I have a keychain. Like I don't know what you call it, like an eye plastic thingy you can put on on the car key. And when we saw each other, right, because I gifted her the eye and I told her she's called Ai for love in Japanese. And she recognized it on my keychain too. She was like, Ai. I was like, huh, Ai? Oh yeah, I always have it with me. Yeah, so maybe not the best character. She doesn't know about the show, right? She's really young. But one day she'll find out. But I didn't give it because of that, because I really like the show and I think the characters are cute. That's why I gave it. But I don't know, it's just like, you know, they're just like cute. And I think in general, giving a character that has the name Love in it is kind of nice. And hey, Kugelblitz, I hope you're doing well. I'm just looking at this menu for an hour here while telling a random story. Sorry about that. Yeah, so one day she'll hopefully grow up to also like anime. I don't know, it's up to her, obviously, if she likes it or not. But I'm pretty sure my brother will not give it to her, give it to her as a thing he will suggest, right? So either she finds it herself or I suggest it, and I'm gonna make a mega weep out of her. No, I think it's kind of unavoidable to not see anime at some point, but it's, you know, it's like she's watching a lot of cartoons and stuff like that, but no anime so far, as I'm aware of at least. Okay, let's go inside of the metro station and try out this procedurally generated mission. And great to hear you're well. That's right, Pascal or Jacques. But Jacques was the name that actually was there. Pascal I just invented, right? So she, my niece is like, she's 6 years old. And they both are, I think, 3 years old. I'm really bad with ages and remembering ages. But I think they're both 3 years and she's like 6 years old, yeah. And she just started school, right? At 6 here in Germany, that's when it starts, and she's going to learn to read and stuff like that. So it's pretty exciting for her at the moment. Yeah, I think actually reading is the most important skill you're going to learn at school, because it enables you you to learn by yourself all the other things, right? Reading is such a quintessential thing, and I had to think of that actually when Dan Giesling was like, "Hey, by the way, did you learn anything at school?" And the people were like coming up with, "Yeah, I learned about quadratics, equations, and math, and all those things, biology, photosynthesis, and stuff like that, right? And photosynthesis, and yeah, and I was like, yeah, why did you say reading, right? Nobody can refute that argument." You learn that, usually you learn it at school. Some people learn it before school, but that depends heavily on how much you read books, right? For example, my brother could read before he was in school, but he loved reading books. And while he was reading books, I was playing video games. So I never had the exposure he did. So I never learned to read before school on my own. Because I think it is something you can easily figure out if you spend enough time on books, right? And he was like really invested into books, and I never was. So oh yeah, right, I think you can kill them before they explode, but okay, there is a time limit too. Like, I'm playing like complete garbage. Yeah, you can tell these enemies are higher level because they can take more than one hit. That is the downside of the RPG system. You don't know really how easily you can kill the enemies until you really kill a few, right? So the same enemy type will have different HP pools, which is not really optimal, but usually you will level your weapons accordingly, so... I just want to say it has new finisher moves, and obviously the best demonstration ever by clipping it inside of the wall, but it happens. Yeah, they're all really nice and cute, right? I mean, one of them is heavily handicapped, right? Since birth, so he's also really nice, but it's a different type of interaction because you can't really talk or understand what you're saying. So it's like, it's a bit different, right? He can also not move, right? So he's like extremely heavily handicapped. But I think, I don't even know, you call it handicap or disabled? I think disabled would be the word, right? But yeah, they're all always very nice. So my brother's doing a great job at raising them. Okay, we really have to get a move on it. We have 1 minute left. I'm just like talking random shit, which I can't do during normal missions. I think we're not gonna make it. Like, we have 1 minute and 50, and I've been spending like minutes just talking. So. Is it even important to fight them here? I don't think it's important. We just have to get going, right? I think. Wait. Shit. Kind of sus in the first place. I mean, maybe we'll make it. I don't know. I never did such a mission, so. Excuse me. It seems to be very combat oriented though, like from a setup perspective. 1 minute. Oh, I hate this guy. If I don't have to fight him. Oh, you do have to fight him because you can. Well, like I said, I don't like this guy because he's like immune from the front. And we have like 50 seconds left, so. And I'm also really impatient when it comes to going behind him. But he's dead, so who cares? Okay, we don't have time. Let's go, go, go. Okay, so you want to go to these blockers, kill the enemies, move the stuff. And also not forget to heal, obviously. This must be the combat arena, right? Or maybe not. Wait, this is parkour shit now? What the fuck? Yo, what is this? Hi. I don't know if viral scale or they don't scale. Is this the combat arena or is this some other shit? I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing here. No, this is not the final area. Shit. Okay, I suck ass. And we don't have another token, do we? Okay, we don't have another ticket, so I should have played the game instead of talking. Well, it's okay. We can buy another one at some point, maybe. DLC story quest. Right, the DLC is free now. Yeah, the DLC is free. A lot of people are mad about that for whatever reason. Because they paid for it in the past. But I think it's a kind of a nice move to give something away for free after it's been out for a while. I mean, yeah, you could say, why did I spend money on it? But then again, why pay 60 euros for any game? It's going to be on sale for 10 at some point. So I don't mind that, actually. And the DLC is not considered to be good anyway, so...
Did you hear about the pilgrim? We're on the rooftop.
Yeah, failing here was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, we did this one already. At some point. Don't let me die. I'm sorry, bro, but if you're not on my way, goodbye. They do give a lot of XP, so maybe we should not ignore them, but... Oh, wait. A bit higher here. What the...
You better have my shit or I'll charge you extra for wasting my time. Then I'll fucking kill you.
Look, I'm just here for a meeting.
A meeting? Who the fuck are you?
Aiden Caldwell. I'm a pilgrim. Are you Delta?
Tackhead's hiring pilgrims now.
Yeah, he is. If you don't mind me asking what's going on in Germany, I saw something in the news that looked serious. Oh, well, there has been some kind of breakup of the political leadership, and they're gonna have re-elections, if that's what you mean. But, you know, there are a bunch of issues when it comes to German politics. There is a lot of room for improvement, so re-elections are not the worst part, maybe, but the thing is, the re-elections won't change the stuff we have to choose between, and there might also be very high degree of, like, we call it like the, we call it in English actually, the right faction, like, not, like more right-sided politics than left-sided. I don't know if you call it like that actually in English, but yeah, so there's like this fear that there's going to be some kind of like extremist style leadership, but you know, it's like left, right, it's like it doesn't really change too much as long as it's not too extreme. And since we're like Germany and not like any other country, the chances of us becoming World War II Germany again is 0, so I wouldn't be worried about that actually. And we do need some kind of changes in the immigration politics for sure, to some degree. So I don't know, it's like something has to change, but I don't even know if any of the choices we have is like adequate, which is the downside of any political system, right? You're choosing a very limited amount of options, and yeah, and then you choose someone and you might say A and do B and there's no repercussions. So yeah, it's kind of a stupid system anyway. Yeah, there's no perfect political system, as I mentioned multiple times. It's just like a too complicated world we're in, and no human being or like human beings can actually foresee the correct actions and all the consequences. It's just like too complex, right? So like a human like a human leadership is always going to be flawed. So yeah, same for the political ideas. yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. But since we need a tag for that on Twitch now, I can't talk too much about politics, I think, without tagging it. So we're just gonna not talk about it. But we can talk, I mean, we can talk about politics from a generalistic perspective, right? I'm not talking debate stuff. I'm not talking actual election advice or anything. Just like talking pure theory. So I have no idea if that's actually okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the vote of no confidence, and monarchy, anarchy. I mean, there is no good system, right? Every system has pros and cons. Like, be it communism, democracy, every single system has pros and cons, and it usually heavily depends on where it's applied and by whom it's applied, because every system can be misused, and yeah, it is very, very random. Some are obviously a little bit, like, generalistically speaking, positive from an idea perspective, but yeah, a lot of things are like a bit more complicated, right? So I don't think there is a good political system out there that is like the solution for every single country and problem.
What do you want for the code?
You're not with Tackett, are you?
Yeah, no problem. I just know there's some kind of tag shit, but I also never tagged myself for just chatting, so
Not Tackhead, yeah? So what do you want for it?
Pilgrim, huh?
and it's not like I'm big enough for that to be relevant anyway. Nobody's controlling that shit anyway, so it's like when you weren't allowed to say simp and stuff like that, who gives a
Cherry on top,
shit?
too? I mean, this stuff is rare as hell.
I know where to find it.
All right, where do I find the stuff?
I'll mark your map. Don't come back without all the stuff on that list. The cherry is optional.
I'll be back. Don't sell the code to anyone else.
No promises.
And I also never talked about the US election and stuff like that, because I literally couldn't care less, right? It is a big topic. Obviously, it has a lot of global impact, but my impact on it is zero. So, and I'm also not knowledgeable enough about both parties to form any valid opinion. So a lot of politicians actually do the smart thing if they're not US politicians, because they're gonna have to work with either, right? Either, I mean, now we know who won, right? But they have to work with either candidate at the end. So choosing a side beforehand is really stupid. You always want to stay neutral as long as you can. And I think in general also, if you're not knowledgeable enough about these things, it's always a good opinion just to say, I don't know, right? And I'm definitely not knowledgeable enough to give any valid advice for election stuff, right? So, because I don't give a shit. So, yeah, I could be knowledgeable, but I'm not. So no matter what I say, it has no real relevance anyway. It would just be me talking from a very limited knowledge perspective, giving advice about stuff I have no idea about, right? So I would never do that anyway. Yeah, I could just talk about generalistic system stuff, but not really about the current state of elections anyway. So what Twitch wanted basically is they wanted to have a way for people to avoid election talk and influencing people that don't want to be influenced, I guess, right? Because a lot of people had chats and talked about these things without tagging it, and people just maybe got sick of it, so they wanted to have this tag for some stuff, right? But at the same time, since I don't really talk about current events at all, because I don't give a shit when it comes to politics usually, I don't think I need this tag, but I don't know how they define it, because it's Twitch, right? They can do whatever they want. They don't have any consistency whatsoever when they have any rules and regulations, which is, I guess, is not a good thing for streamers, but in general also means that things can change fast and to a good or bad degree sometimes. Yeah. Isn't that politics talking about Twitch politics? I don't even know, right? Like, politics is a very generalistic term, so... Oh, they saw it. They came out of the door. I knew that they have spawn animations, but I never saw the door. Okay, but we should continue doing the mission actually here. Very wise, since US people are really freaking out about the elections. I mean, you know, I get it, right? I get why they would freak out, because I think the core idea of American democracy, how the person is elected, because it doesn't really reflect like absolute majority or anything like that, it's kind of, for me, it is kind of a weird system from the get-go. But not to say that it's a bad system, I'm just saying it's a weird system, right? Like having, like, I think it's like if you have the majority in a state, you get like 100% of the votes or some shit. I don't know. I should know better actually, but I don't know. So yeah, it's kind of a weird system for me. So I can understand that people might be not happy with what result they got as a result of maybe how the system works in general. Yeah, I can understand that the dissatisfaction, because I know the results were very, very close, right? So it could have been either person winning, and yeah, I can feel people being annoyed, and also by people taking sides beforehand, like Elon Musk stuff, like withdrawing. I think was it no wait before I missed. No, I think was it the Amazon Jeff Bezos who had like ownership of the New York Times, I think. Who then withdraw any political statement from the New York Times, and I think in general not having any political, like, what was it, like election advice beforehand is actually smart, because I think it doesn't really polarize people, and unless there is a significant need to choose either side or the other, I think then, you know, it's okay to do, but to remain neutral is also a thing, right? Not every party has to pick a side, I think. And I know Jeff Bezos obviously does it for personal interest, which is perfectly reasonable, honestly. If you're running a multi-billion dollar company, I think those interests stand before your personal interests. So even if you might think of him less as a result, I think from a like economical perspective, it's smart, right? To pick either side that is more likely to help you, right? Or pick no side in that case, maybe. So I think it's a very understandable thing, and I would not think less of people for doing so unless there is a significant reason to do so, right? For example, if there was Hitler 2.0 and we know it's him, right? And then you should probably pick a side, but if it's like pretty neutral, who gives a shit, right? As much as people might not like Trump. Do I like Trump? I think he's an idiot, but that doesn't mean he's a bad person. I mean, he did bad stuff in the past, okay, yeah, but I think he's just stupid, right? So it's really funny to listen to him, because he's just like stupid, objectively, right? But, okay, is that true current events now? I don't know. I just think he's stupid, right? I don't know much about her, but he talks so much during his election days, and he has like his own card games. It's just funny to me. It's honestly pure fun. It's so funny. It's like, he's like a walking comedy show for me. It's not in a negative way, right? I'm not trying to shit on him too much. It's just like inherently funny to listen to people talk about stuff they have no idea about. And it's just funny. Like, I just have to laugh when I hear him say stuff. Yeah. It's just too funny. It's too funny. I just can't. It's pure comedy. Yeah, I mean, unintentionally funny, obviously. I mean, sometimes he's trying to be funny, but I mean, he's unintentionally funny. It's like pure comedy, right? He's like his own running, what do you, like, what is it, parody, basically, right? He's like a parody on leadership. And I don't know, just everything about him is just like so funny to me. Since I don't know him personally, I would never say anything about his character, right? I mean, there's stuff he did, which I think a lot of people think is objectively bad, and I would agree probably, but I know not enough about that, and also wouldn't judge him personally since I don't know him personally, right? It's really hard to judge a person personally, unless you know him. And I never talked to Trump, so I have no idea how he is in person, but I can just see his public persona, and that is really funny, in an unintended way, I guess. Yeah. Okay, but I guess we really need the tag if I continue, so... actually it wasn't close, but they make it seem close, so more people vote due to high morale. Orange Man won everything. Okay, so I don't know how they present it, right? So how do you calculate the statistics? So it wasn't close at all. Okay, I mean... Maybe, I don't know. I didn't look at it, right? I don't follow the elections too much because I don't have any impact on them, so I'm gonna have to live with the result either way. But I get riled up for stuff you can't change. But yeah, okay, maybe it wasn't close, I have no idea. At the end of the day, I think what is important is the number of people who voted for either side and not the system, what it makes of it, right? So if 90% of the people voted for Trump and it seems like a 50-50 result on paper, it doesn't matter, right? So I have no idea what the actual percentage is. Do you actually know? Because I'm kind of interested if you have the data. Do you actually have a percentage of people who voted? Because I don't care about like the states he won and all those things. Like that is a system thing, right? A systemic idea. that winning bigger states has more impact is really stupid in my opinion. But at the end of the day, I think it should be per person, right? It shouldn't be per state, but it doesn't matter. That's, I guess, a personal preference. But I'm just curious, what is the actual person count for each person? This is like 60% Trump, 70% Trump. Yeah, I mean, no, but I'm talking since the number itself, yeah, I could relate it to the overall number. How many, what percentage of voters voted Trump? And not what, how many states did you win or something like that. What the fuck are you doing? But you can really tell, I'm like emotionally not very attached to either side, so it doesn't fucking matter to me who won or not. I care more about the decisions later than I care about them. The person in charge. And the president doesn't have that much power anyway. People think the president of the United States is very powerful, but I think most tech CEOs, big companies have way more power and flexibility than the president of the United States, and also more impact. So I think, yeah, the power distribution is not what it used to be anyway, so. Yeah, sure, if you want to, you can check. Because I'm just curious, right, what it would feel like. Because if a lot of people voted Trump and it feels like a majority, I think it would make the result pretty acceptable. But if obviously 50-50 was the case and people were like, maybe even almost like too close, right, then obviously the dissatisfaction would be pretty big. But I don't know, it's like, at the end of the day, what happens is the important part, right? And I think politics are always manipulative in general. So it's kind of really hard to know what the intentions are of people. I just don't want petty, useless shit, right? That's what annoys me most. If there's unnecessary decisions which have no benefit for anyone just because of stupid biases. That is what I really don't like. Okay, let's check the map here for a moment. Wait, we don't have a map. Obtain Delta's rare medicine. What the fuck am I doing in the game? Sorry, I'm on autopilot, so I'm not doing anything. Okay. Yeah, autopilot really sucks. For new objectives that I never did before. Yeah, and also like the tensions between China and the US, they're like really logical, right? Because it's all about like quality of life and a lot of money, and obviously there is like a conflict of interest there, and it's really hard to resolve that. Because you might say, why are they so toxic against each other? They're not toxic, they're just like being defensive, right? Rightfully so, because there's a lot to gain and lose for either side. I think for China there's a lot to gain, for the US there's a lot to lose, so it's very understandable that it's kind of hard to find a common ground as easily as you might think. I mean, not from a, like, you know, hate perspective, just like from an interest perspective. That has nothing to do with culture, it's just like literally economical interests are like pretty divergent. Where the fuck am I going? What the fuck am I doing? There's something over here, and there's something over here. Ah. Yeah, it's not like they don't want to get along, it's kind of hard to find any reasonable solution for either side. Because it would always entail heavy compromises, and humans hate compromises. And it's really hard to sell your local public a compromise to. Okay, so it was almost 50-50, right? So it was almost 50-50 from an election percentage, if you mean that's the absolute number. Yeah, so it was really close in that, right? So my impression was not incorrect. Yeah, but since the system the system doesn't really care. I think I think in general also there are like great studies about like bias in humans, and then when it's like gets political, that their logic turns off. It's really funny to see actually. You can ask them about a very general topic, and then you just put a political spin on it, and suddenly the same statistic data will be treated completely different by humans. You just have to put a political twist on it, and suddenly everything becomes very clear. Either way, no matter what the data is. It's so funny. But that's how humans work, and you might be wondering, why are humans stupid? Or like, not necessarily stupid, why are humans so biased? And I always repeat this, but you just have to imagine you're part of a community, and disagreeing with your community means putting you at a survival disadvantage. So you want to get along with everyone in your community, and that usually means not bringing up unnecessary shit, right? If there's something that's objectively wrong, but everyone believes it, and it has no real implications for your survival rate, you will not talk about it usually. So that's why it's very rare to find people that don't try to fit in and don't give a shit about what other people say, because it's very human to give a shit, right? Because you don't want to get kicked out of the community and die out in the wilderness. Yeah, that's why political polarization is very real, and it's just kind of weird these days because we have this huge society which doesn't really have the threat of actually like disassociating you with it, right, and kicking you out usually, unless you're doing very bad things, right? But your political beliefs usually don't mean shit unless you're with your friends maybe and you don't want to lose them and they're like care, right? And then again, same principle applies. Yeah. But overall, the thing is, no matter on what side you ended up, on the winning or losing side, it probably won't make a bigger difference anyway. So, at the end of the day, hopefully the politicians will try to solve to their best ability whatever problem they have, and as history told us, it's probably going to be pretty mediocre and shit solution because we're humans. But at the end of the day, I think it's not going to change much in the grand scheme of things. I mean, yeah, it has impact, obviously, but I don't think the impact is as big as some people might think it is. Sometimes it has really big impact, obviously, right? When Hitler was elected in Germany, that had a pretty big impact for sure. Right? When Putin was, I mean, it depends on how you come to power too, but there are some moments, obviously, that are very transformative. But I think for like moderately behaved countries, usually the election result has only minimal impact for the average person. I mean, overall it might have impact, but for the average person, the impact is very, very minimal. The election has turned me into a monarchist. Now I just have to find a good king. I mean, the thing is, right, a monarchy is probably very, very likely what's going to happen in the future. But the monarch is not going to be a human, but an AI, right? You could also call it not monarchy, but you can call it you can also call it something different. But the differences are very subtle, right? But at the end of the day, I think having someone rule you, I mean, because as I always repeat, I believe in determinism, so there is no free will in any way. So having someone that also doesn't have a free will, by the way, that is responsible, that can treat everyone as fairly as possible without having a personal agenda, it's impossible to have a human do that, right? So a good king would be an egoless king, and a king that has all the information and data to help everyone and treat them as good as he can, right? So a good king can actually be very good. But the thing is, a lot of kings and a lot of royalty is less about actually being a good leader, but more about power and politics and self-gratification. So that's why you get stuff like very negative monarchies, right? No, that's actually a great idea, right? Imagine having someone that actually has your best interest in mind and is also able to enact that. That's really cool. Like, just have scary. The real scary thing is having people in power that are stupid as fuck, have no data, and are under the belief they are in control and have like the best of everyone in mind, right? The worst person you can find is the person that is under the belief he's smarter than he is, and he also thinks he has everyone's best interest in mind while only pushing his own agenda. Okay, these are the worst people, and those are usually people that end up in politics. Because I would not become a politician because I really, really don't think I want to be the person manipulating people into electing me, because I just feel like that's so disingenuous, right? So I think we have a lot of politicians which fall under the category worst possible persons to be in politics from a non-personal perspective. And the system requires it too. You might say, yeah, but there are tons of people that just want to do good. But yeah, if you just want to do good, nobody's going to elect you. If you always say the truth, nobody's going to fucking elect you. You have to pick a side, because people are polarized, and you will never get elected if you're playing both sides, right? Nobody's going to elect someone like that. You're going to piss off everyone. So you're going to have to maximize not pissing off people by being disingenuous if you want to have any chance of being elected for anything. That's why politics are, like democracy especially, is pretty garbage from an idea perspective. Just manipulate everyone into electing you and then you're good to go, right? Be honest, nobody's gonna fucking elect you. Oh, that person promised me more money. This person's telling me more money is not reasonable. Okay, I'm gonna pick the one who lied to me. Because I want to believe the lie, right? Okay, what the fuck are we doing? Acquire deltas hard to find cherry on top crystals? And acquire deltas very rare crystals. What the fuck is this mission? Oh god, it's one of the... Okay, so today is the day of mission objectives. This is hard to find and this is rare to find, or what? What the fuck is this garbage mission? Okay, this is the objective area. So there should be crystals somewhere. Okay, this is not the mission area anymore. Okay, there it is. I wouldn't call democracy garbage. I think the core idea is flawed, right? But the thing is, there's no substitution for that, because the problem is not the political system, but the people enacting it, right? Our limited resources are the problem. If humans were like ultimate beings with omega brains and global society would be trivial to analyze and understand, then democracy would be a great idea, right? But since every individual, I mean, not only the politicians are inadequate, but also the voter is inadequate, right? And also the voting equilibrium is inadequate. So there are a lot of reasons why democracy is very, very bad from a idea perspective. From a not idea execution perspective, but I still think it's not one of the worst political systems. It's definitely of the ones we know of, is a pretty good system for what we know, right? And there is no real perfect system for humans that human can make happen, right? There will be a system that will optimize it, but it won't be a human system. So I think that's why a lot of people have false expectations, and all these fights about communism versus democracy and all those things are just like stupid, because the problem is not the system, it's the people that, you know, run the system. And yeah, so no system will ever be perfect as a result. It's impossible for humans to achieve that unless you have literally a system that has, I don't know, like 10 people participating. Right? 10 people in a small scale environment, maybe that's understandable, right? But just imagine how hard it would be to imagine you going into a room with 10 strangers and you have to agree on every fucking topic. 10 people. And now imagine 9 billion people. And how likely it is you're gonna make that one happen. Let alone know what the interests of the individuals are. Wait, mission area? I have a mission area? Wait, where the fuck do I need to go? Okay, autopilot resumes. See, this is what the lane assist does when you drive a car. When you go over the lane, it warns you, so your autopilot stops happening. Isn't that great? Sorry for the horrendous gameplay, by the way. We're just like casually chilling around here. I mean, an AI can do that for sure. If it's controllable, right? Like if it's like not controllable, like if it's like willing to. But I think an AI would have enough processing power to even make it happen, right? That's the main problem. It needs more data. We need more data and processing power to even understand the core issues. And then obviously there is no optimal solution for everyone, right? It's always a compromise. For at least the intermediate time period, right? Unless we have like technological, very advanced systems, which for example which I think is the easiest solution of all, is literally simulate everyone's personal life to his own expectations. Like perfect existence for individuals. That is definitely doable, but it's not a real world anymore, right? A real world always has downsides. And the obvious factor I always mention is like local space on Earth, right? Not everyone can live in the Bahamas, not everyone can live in Central Europe, not everyone can live wherever the fuck they want, right? There will always be constraints. And these are only forgoable if you like digitize existence. There's no way analog existence will enable equality for everyone. For like resource scarcity and all those things, right? So yeah, simulation definitely is the way to go if you want to solve humanity's personal issues, but there are definitely ways to also like go about it without simulating everything, right? But then it's not going to be equal. It's just going to be as close as possible. And it will probably also involve substantially reducing humanity's size, unless you want to like really conquer the stars and put like second planets on the table. But yeah, like terraforming, stuff like that. But intermediately, just having less humans will enable a higher quality of life for everyone. I think that's actually a solution for like what is the most realistic solution I think humanity can actually enact for all the problems we have without getting access to AI. It is literally reducing the amount of humans on Earth, right? That is literally the best solution we currently have if we don't get technologically more advanced. Just having less humans alive is definitely helping, right? Less strain on the environment, less problems because there's not as many like resource scarcity in general. It's such a good solution actually, but for whatever reason, and I know what the reason is, humans don't like to be told that they're not allowed to get more kids, right? Everyone is only allowed one kid. What would that do? It would halve the amount of humans by one generation, right? So that's not what we like to do, right? We don't like to be restricted. So and I understand that, right? It's perfectly reasonable for humans not to like it because it's not in their nature, right? But it would be a very reasonable solution to actually allow one child for a couple of generations until we're back to, I don't know, maybe, let's say maybe 1 billion humans, right? Instead of 9 billions. So like being restrictive in that way would be a very good solution for a lot of problems, but we're not considering it, right? Because it seems like an inhuman thing to do. When China did the one-child politic, well, everyone was like, oh my god, how can they? But actually it is a very smart solution for a lot of things. It's just a problem that arises if you have inequality in gender stuff, right? Then people suddenly only want to have a man and no more women, right? And then a lot of bad stuff happens, right? So you need a pretty equal society for that to work in the first place. So it's kind of a pretty complicated thing. I think we as humans need a sibling for psychological development purposes. So you mean you need a brother for... I think there are a lot of children that don't have any siblings that turn out perfectly fine. What you do need is you need friends and other human beings. I don't think you need necessarily a sibling of your blood to grow up, and I think the argument is pretty easy to understand if you just look at situations where like people are non-blood related but still you know, are in the same family. I think the blood related part is not that important, but you definitely need people that are close to you that are other people of your age, right? That definitely helps. I mean, you don't need it, but it definitely helps for development. But having a brother, obviously, or a sister, or like siblings, definitely changes how you grow up, and it can change it to, I guess, to the better or worse, depending on how, you know, your family is structured. But I don't think it's mandatory, right? I think it would not be that much of a difference for most people, considering there are a lot of only childs, especially in developed countries, right? Where's the majority of growth coming from? From underdeveloped countries, right? That's how it is, basically. And a lot of highly industrialized countries will not have as many kids. So a lot of people are already opting for work over multiple children. So it's kind of, you know, it's already happening, but it's just like, it's a bit too slow, right? And the problem is that we're still like exploding from a just sheer number perspective, which would be really, you know, not a problem if there was infinite availability of resources. Yeah. So I don't think we need one, but I'm pretty sure you can find some psychological analysis that will show that it's more natural to grow up with siblings, and there will be some benefits to it to some degree, obviously. But I think it would be a bullet I would not mind to take for the overall greater good. And it's not a permanence thing either, right? The thing is, what would be the optimal endgame? The endgame would be a sustainable amount of human beings on Earth, and then you can get 2 kids, but not more, right? 2 kids would remain the equal amount of humans on Earth, right? So the endgame would be having a sibling, but it would just be the endgame. So I think it's not even something we have to forego forever, right? It would just be a few generations. Was denn? Was denn dafür? So davon, dass ich denke, dass es eine gute Lösung wäre, wenn die ganze Welt eine Zeit eine Ein-Kind-Politik fahren würde, bis wir eine annehmbare Anzahl Menschen sind, dass die Ressourcen nicht so gestrained werden. Und danach kannst du dann wieder 2 Kinder kriegen, wie immer. Oder 1. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Later on, by the way, you might say it's really bad. What is if someone wants to have 4 children, right? And colonizing Mars is not a real solution for... I'll talk about colonizing Mars in a moment. The thing is, later you will have people that will opt not to get children, that will opt to get 1 child, and then you can do the math, right? It will be a system where if one person forgoes having a child, which would already work with the maximum... It's not a mandatory 1-child politic, it's a maximum 1-child politic. So you would probably incentivize people getting less children, and then once your quota is met, you would enable people that want to have multiple children to take the debt of people that have no children. And I will maybe explain why is it so hard to actually enact this. First of all, people hate having the idea of maybe not being allowed to have more children, but some obviously will be allowed to, but not everyone, right? And the thing is that first of all feels bad, right? People don't like that, understandably so, obviously. And then the second reason is economy. Having less people in your next generation and substantially less people in your generation, right? Which is why I think if we would do it, it would have to be a very, very gradual decrease. Is because economy has to be, the older generations have to be sustained by the younger ones, right? And once people are gone, you know, once there are not enough children, basically, then the entire like older generation system can't be sustained anymore, right? So we need to find a good balance, and I think like a very, very modest 5% decrease in population would be nice. Even halting the increase, right? It's about actually the problem is we're still exponentially exploding at the moment, so it's going to cause real issues in future. So it's kind of more about maybe halting and maybe slightly reducing the population size and not halving it by generational states, because that is economically not feasible, right? Okay, but let's talk about colonizing Mars while I'm walking in circles in the video game. It's a fun movement, actually. It's kind of fun. Just walk around. What the fuck am I doing? Did I do the mission? Why can I not click the journal? What the fuck is this, actually? Clear the way. What way? What the fuck is he talking about? Is there a bug down here, actually? Clear the way. Okay, so what is the main purpose of colonizing Mars? Is it to create more space and resources? Or is it actually to prevent the elimination of human civilization by catastrophic error? And obviously the answer is it is more about a fail-safe option, right? Mars itself, space and resources are nice, right? Astromining, all those things, so that's a nice thing to have, right? But then again, like I said, reducing the human population is way more efficient than actually finding more resources. Because as long as it's growing, right? If we continue to grow like this, we can have as many planets as we want. We will maximize the resource, like draining the resources on every single planet we find. We could have 100 Earths. Within a few generations, we would have overpopulated every single planet, right? So it wouldn't matter how many planets we have, but where it matters is if one planet goes haywire and just like dies out for whatever reason, there is still an alternative, right? That is where the value lies. It's not about space, it's not about resources, because we are gonna overpopulate every fucking thing if we don't change our way of thinking, right? So in a way, that's the funny thing, right? It's not about those things we might think of. It's more about actually having a fail-safe, basically, right? For like at least local catastrophe. There might obviously be some kind of physical phenomena that destroys the entire galaxy. Then Mars means shit, right? But for example, if there's an atomic war on Earth, it doesn't really matter, right? as much anymore. I mean, it matters, right? But it doesn't matter as much anymore. If there's a kind of virus, right, and the virus is localized on Earth or something, because if we have seen anything with COVID, is that we are unable to actually prevent the spread of a virus that is highly contagious. So if there is a deadly virus that kills almost all of humanity, we'll all die, right? We know that. COVID showed we have no way of fighting it at the moment, unless there is like some significant progress, both in human behavior and science, right? So yeah, that's basically where we need Mars. We just need a little bit of a backup. It's more of a backup than an additional resource. It's like when you buy a backup drive, you're not buying it for more storage, you're buying it for more security. Because otherwise it's not a backup, right? Yeah, and that is what Mars should be looked at. It shouldn't be looked at new space to live, but as a backup for Earth, if something goes really wrong. And that's also why, by the way, Elon Musk is doing it, right? Elon Musk is thinking exactly that way. Elon Musk is not thinking about life on Mars as a leisure or a new, opportunity to build houses and market shit. He's thinking about it as a planet B for safety reasons. And I think it's very good we get it as fast as possible as a result, right? Rushing Mars is not because we want to rush, like, new problems. It's because we want to have safety if something goes really wrong for humanity. But it's not a egocentric idea, but an humanitarian idea. But okay, that's colonizing Mars from my perspective. No idea if that's what the general public and everyone thinks of it, but that's what I think of it. So yeah, I'm very unbiased in those regards, I guess. So no idea if that's an okay idea or not for most people. Because you can see, I'm not a very emotional person when I talk about mass extinction, death, and those things. Because obviously I care about those topics on a personal level, but I'm very much able to talk in a neutral fashion about every topic I want to, right? I can like distinguish between my personal emotions and rationality very well. There's like, my brain's just structured that way, so I can talk about very horrible things in a very, very like cold fashion. That doesn't mean that I don't have emotions and emotional needs or stuff like that. It's just like that I can rationally talk about everything without feeling like this is too much for me or anything, right? So that's maybe sometimes I come across a bit cold, right? But I can assure you, I have emotions. I'm not a robot. Beep bop, beep bop. But isn't it funny when we think of robots, we think of this robotic voice, but once the robots are actually a threat, they're gonna sound exactly like humans. It's funny, isn't it? Okay, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, I actually don't know what the fuck is going on here. Is this mission bugged? Like, is it actually bugged? But because I can't see any enemies. Ja, I actually don't know. Was willst du dann eigentlich heute essen? Wenn es heute so spät wird, können wir einfach nur eine Dose warm machen oder so. Does someone know if this mission is bugged? Because I feel like I'm just wasting a bunch of time doing nothing here. Maybe it is also high ground. Because it feels like we should be, the mission tells us to clear the way. I mean, I guess it did at some point. We can't look at the journal, right? This is such a weird game design at the moment. We've been too engrossed in our podcast. What do you... Yeah. I just had to think what you mean. Yeah, it's true. Maybe we're gonna try to go high ground here, because I think that is something my autopilot hopefully didn't do. Because that's the only thing I can think of that I might not have done. Maybe I've done it right. It's autopilot. Nothing is committed to long-term memory. It's fascinating, but yeah, that's why driving is such a... You really have to be mindful that you're driving, because if you happen to auto-drive, it's so dangerous if something unexpected happens. What the fuck do you want from... This looks like a bug to me, honestly, down here. Right? This effect here looks like there's an enemy maybe trapped in the ground or some shit. Or in a wall or something. Because I feel like I can hear an enemy in here. Because I did kill every single enemy I found. Which I would consider clear the way, but... You know what, we're gonna leave the mission area and see what happens. Wait, what? This is all the mission area, really? They must end over here, probably. Oh? Wait, I'm pretty sure it ends here. Maybe. Wait, what the fuck? Wait, this is way too big. How am I supposed to know where I need to go? Excuse me. Are you an enemy? Wait, there is a marker for this guy. Wait. Oh, it's a combat challenge. Yeah, I remember that one. It uses the guns. Oh my god, I hate this guy. Okay, it doesn't matter, since it doesn't matter that he does damage to me, I'm like wasting time getting hit, but he's so tanky. Okay, no loot. Okay. What are we doing? I don't get it. It's like so weird. Wait, I don't have any way to do anything on the map. I can't look at the map. I'm like stuck in this objective here, but there still seem to be enemies around, so... What is the mission even? I don't even know what we're doing here. So I guess just quitting out and going back in might solve it. Like, what does the game want from me? I actually don't know. Let's just quit this shit. And hopefully we'll know what our objective is. And yeah, hope your food tastes amazing, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we're gonna go back to Metaphor and UFO 50. So this is just to show the game after its 2 years, because I've been playing it. There are also events and stuff like that, because I've been playing it a little bit off stream when I was ill. So it's just like to show it exists again, because I never did it in English, right? I only did the German playthrough. And it's basically just to show a little bit of it, so people know it's there, it's good, it's fun. Even though I'm making it look very unfun at the moment by autopiloting it. But believe me, if you pay attention, 3 lives. Oh, wait, that is what it is. Oh, these are new mission types. Oh, okay, okay. Okay, cool. So let's try this again. Okay, see, I didn't even remember we picked up a mission. But it is a very, very fun game. And yeah, and also hope you have a great rest of your day, by the way. I didn't say that, I think. So, quitting out means restarting in this case, right? Bounty completed poison. Okay. Yeah, how do I feel about the finishers? I think the finishers are not diverse enough. I think the finishers are worse than just killing enemies directly. Because I think the slow motion already has this effect visually of a finisher. So I kind of think it doesn't add much to the game from my perspective. Yeah, I think the finisher system is kind of more of a nice to have than actually useful from a fun perspective. So yeah, I think in general you don't really need it, and also almost never use it. You can also turn off the notification for it if you mind it. So if you're like, ah, yeah, I don't like this, the game definitely gives you the option to disable it. So if you're like, oh no, I don't like that, right? You can just like go, oh yeah, fuck it. Because you can see it's always here now, right? Game, every single time I hit the enemy is gonna enable us to do the finisher, but since it's only a very small amount of different finishers, I kind of feel like it's more boring fight that way compared to, see, it would always be this, right? Every single enemy, that would be so boring, right? So I think I'm kind of considering turning off the finisher in general, because I don't think it's a good game mechanic, and you can just like literally go in the HUD, and here you can turn off the finisher indicator, right? Because I think like the execution aspect, it only applies to weaker enemies anyway, as far as I'm aware of. The bigger ones don't have it. And all it does is basically save a little bit of durability, but I don't think it's fun from a gameplay perspective. So I really like that they give you the option to not be reminded of it, because it does look kind of weird. See it every single time. Yeah, they always seem to be in the teal chests here. Oh yeah, and also Jessica finished the new Sonic Generations remaster with a new campaign with a Shadow, and it seemed pretty fun. Honestly, it seems like a pretty fun game. Also runs pretty nicely, has 120 FPS support, unlike Sonic Frontiers, which is a real shame that it doesn't support more than 60. And yeah, ran really, really well with 120 at 4K on this system, so definitely seems to be okay-ish optimized. And the gameplay seems fun too. Yeah, so definitely if you're into Sonic, doesn't seem like a bad game to get for sure. And also I've been playing Mario Party Jamboree or whatever it's called. And yeah, I mean, it's a casino for kids, what can I say? Actually, I also tried out the pro mode one time, but I think it's a very, very luck dependent game. And skill does play a role in shifting your luck, but it's also okay, right? It's designed about leveling the playing field for everyone. And I think it's definitely a good idea for this type of game. My first impression is it could have used more minigames. I always think like it's a very long running franchise from a very rich company. And I kind of feel like the minigame variety is okay, but just okay, right? I think they could have done with 3 times as many minigames, and I wouldn't have felt like it was too many. So yeah, from my perspective, also, it's not like it's just like the minigame variety I would criticize. I would actually criticize the fact that the minigames are not randomized enough. And now you know what I mean, right? You might be like, hey, you just said like it's casino for kids. Isn't it random enough already? But what I mean by that is actually something different. So you do explode. Yeah, what I mean is something different actually. I mean randomization aspects that are not random in a way that who wins, but from a level design perspective. For example, if you run away from the rock, every single rock on the ground is always exactly the same. If you run away from the double saws, it's always exactly the same. There is no dynamic RNG system which would enable you to showcase more skill, right? Everything is like learnable. And I think that's kind of boring. I would have liked it in such an RNG heavy game if there was some kind of randomization in the levels that everyone has to deal with, right? So not just one person. So I think there is a lot of potential for more randomization in there without actually affecting any skill, right? So actually adding more skill to the minigames. Because once you know some minigames, it is literally impossible to lose them if you're good in them, right? It is 100% guaranteed you're gonna win the minigame. And I mean by win, I don't mean win against a human, I mean everyone's gonna finish the minigame. Because it's too easy, right? So because there's no random component to it, so you can just learn it by heart. And I think, yeah, I don't know, it seems like it's fun, right? For sure, because it's very, I guess, very unique experience. In local co-op, at least, it's fun, right? But I still think there is so much potential, like untapped potential in Mario Party, that it's almost mind-blowing that this is not the first game they made, right? Like there have been so many Mario Party games, I would almost expect perfection, right? And there's nothing close to perfection. So, also from an option perspective, there is a very, very limited amount of options, and yeah, I don't know. There's such arbitrary like things, like you can only increment the number of rounds by 5. By the steps of 5, in steps of 5. I don't even know why you would do that, but it's like, it's such an arbitrary choice Like, there's no reason why you can't go for 12 in a normal round. Why can you only go for 12 in a pro round and not 10 and 15? Why can't I play pro with the I know it's supposed to be standardized, but still, why not go do... I mean, yeah, you can do a lot of custom stuff, but you can't change some arbitrary rules. And I don't even know. Also, a sped up mode for people movement, and just like in general, there are a lot of animations that just waste a bunch of your time. There's like a bunch of animations that are just there to waste time that have no function. While I argue that in this game, this, you know, picking up animation, there is some kind of meaning behind it. You die? Yeah. You take fall damage, which is really nice. Yeah, there's some kind of meaning behind the animations, right? You have some pressure. But in Mario Party, literally 3 to 4 people are watching a person pick an item, then pick up the item, and then after the shop, there's a stupid, meaningless animation of the character being happy every single fucking time. And you're like, why the fuck, right? Why the fuck slow down your game in such an arbitrary fashion? Like, it is so stupid. I really don't get it. Yeah, it is literally the most pointless animation galore I've ever seen in a game that's meant to be replayable and, you know, played with other people. It's not to a degree where I would say it destroys the fun, but it definitely makes every round take way longer than it should. So I don't know, it's a very, very unoptimized game flow. And I don't know why. It's such an easy thing to fix. If I was lead designer on Mario Party, I would elevate the game so much by changing nothing about the core things people like, right? I would just make I could literally make a Mario Party that's twice as good. Like, literally just put me in charge of the same team and I will make the Mario Party twice as good. Like, easily. Like, no cap. I could literally do it with just a minor, simple changes that have nothing to do with the core idea behind it. I wouldn't not even have to think much, right? It would literally be a brain dead improvement. It's just objectively better. And then you can obviously also add more content, right? But you don't even have to add more content. You just have to design your content you currently have in a smart way. That would already go a long way of adding a lot of variety to the game without adding a lot of work to your team. So I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that sometimes there are games that are so easy to fix and improve that you just have to wonder if the lead game designer or project lead on the game is stupid. Sorry. But otherwise I can't imagine, right? I mean, maybe not stupid, but maybe it doesn't know. I don't know. Just unqualified? I don't know, but definitely Mario Party is one of those games where I could see a substantial improvement with minor changes. Yeah, and I don't know, it's just like, it's still a really fun game, but so much potential, so much fucking potential. Yeah, so Nintendo, no, I'm just joking, I wouldn't waste my time on that, but yeah, that's the thing, right? Obviously, even if I would get the opportunity, if someone would come up, hey, yeah, you want to make the next Mario Party game better? I would say, fuck no, just hire someone with the brain, and there are plenty of people who would want to do that, right? I don't want to do that. I don't care enough about it. So, yeah, but I would definitely not mind just giving a 1-hour presentation what I think they should change, right? I would do it for free, actually. Right? I would find it fun enough. If anyone would care at Nintendo? No, just kidding. Nobody gives a shit. But yeah, if someone would give a shit, I would definitely say a 1-hour presentation could make the next Mario Party twice as good. If the people actually know what the fuck, like, are able to understand what you're saying and act on it. But assuming they would just convert every knowledge in a useful way, but not one-to-one, right? Because a lot of people want things, but they don't know what they want, right? Because that's the core problem. Oh yeah, I want a fun game, I want this, I want that, but at the end, that doesn't make the game fun necessarily, right? So it's really about finding solutions that actually are fun. My ideas, I think they work, but they would need to be executed in a fun way for sure. Just like removing all animations, for example, would not make the game fun, right? Literally just making it a spreadsheet. Like maybe a text adventure with no animations would not make the game fun, right? So you would have to make fun, fast animations. Would have to make fun randomization of minigames. And I know that it's meant for children too, and it's supposed to be minimalistic and not too complex, and you know, just like. But I think if you think a child is too stupid to learn more minigames, or to press more than one button sometimes. I mean, the one button is fine, right? But to handle RNG in their minigame, like differently spawning rocks or something, I'm pretty sure you're underestimating kids, right? If you should be worried about anyone in that regard, it should be grown-ups, to be honest. The kids are so good at adapting to things compared to grown-ups. What the fuck are we doing again? Okay, we want one hard to find container, which is somewhere. Yeah, so those are the games I've been playing. We're also going to be checking out the new Life is Strange. I'm going to be watching, and Janine and Jessica are going to play. So they're going to do the inputs. I don't know who is going to do it at the end, but so yeah, I'm going to be passively consuming it. And then I'm going to tell you if it's good or bad. And if anything, the only thing I can remember is that the last time we did that with Life is Strange 2? Or True Colors, I think True Colors. We could not finish the game because it was bugged, so it's funny how you can lose your walk right in this game. It can just go around the corner. Yeah, so basically, I hope the game's gonna be very, very finishable. There's no game-breaking bug that has not been fixed after 2 years. It's on console too, right? We played the PlayStation 4 version, and it was literally unfinishable. Literally. Yeah, literally unfinishable. Okay, but let's actually focus on the game here. There is an objective marker. I think it was actually bugged, was it? Was it though? I don't know. It felt bugged, but where are we going? Now we're going over here. We definitely did not do this the last time. Clear the way. Okay, so basically just kill a bunch of shit. I'm always confused by the lives, but I can't say I'm enjoying going from a one-shot back to a two-shot with a weapon. It kind of feels bad. I mean, it's not bad to need 2 hits per enemy. It's just like going back to it feels bad. Yeah, we also almost never use charge attacks. I think charge attacks are kind of feel useless because getting a crit is way better because it's going to stun the enemy, and just hitting more often seems to lead to more crits. And also the hitbox on the heavy attack is terrible. Yeah, I'm face tanking everything. I don't even know if you have iframes in the game. Wait, didn't we kill the guy up here? Be a new one. Yeah, you can see how OP the HP regen is. You can see I can just face tank almost anything here. And you can also see, this is an interesting effect, right? Because I can obviously dodge these attacks if I want to. But if you don't have to, the player automatically minimizes in like effort, right? Which is why I think difficulty is important in games, because if there's no difficulty, you will just like turn off your brain and not even try anymore. And I know there's the nightmare difficulty. I'm not saying the game's too easy. I'm just saying the healing is very OP. I mean, look at this. I got knocked down, and until I get back up, I'm already back at full HP. Wait, did he drop down now? No, he didn't. I guess turning on damage numbers to find out what actually helps, what actually helps with damage, right? If you're holding down the button, does so much more damage that it's worth it would be nice, but since I never turned them on, I just assume the charge attacks maybe do double damage or something. And I don't even know how the crit multiplier works, and yeah, it's just like, it's a bit inconsistent. Okay, so we survived, and it's a level 7 mission too. And hey, Vendy Wolf, hope you're doing well. So we got a reputation reward and something else. The Watcher tokens and a Pilgrim chest. I guess this is how you get some gear. Oh, okay, these have like stuff in them that gives you money and maybe something else like tokens, and this might have a weapon in there. Okay, this is a level 7 legendary, which is better than my level 6. But now I'm also thinking about the dynamic scaling, which I assume is what these do, right? I assume these are dynamically scaled. Maybe? This is 246 and this one is 261, so it seems to be even better than this one. But it's also like a dark version, so... full health damage bonus, stamina meter damage. Stamina? Ah yeah, so more stamina means more damage probably. And health regen on perfect block is not good enough. So I think we're not going to use this. The reason why I'm still using this one is because of the base stats. Like the percentage bonuses. But at some point when we're level 8, I think these are going to become so much better that I probably want to use them. And immunity drain when taking damage sounds pretty ass, to be honest. Like 8% is quite a lot, I think. But maybe it's fun. I don't know. Is it fun? I never tried it out, actually. Is it a good weapon? And you're just getting back into Dying Light 2. I think it's actually a pretty good moment now that we know the DLC is not coming anymore. The Dying Light 2, I mean, it's coming as a standalone, right? So I think this game is probably as good as it's gonna get on average. I mean, this game is a servicey, so maybe not, but... Yo, this looks really nice. It's kind of slow, though. I'm like not sold on this one just yet. Because it has like very bad stats. Like the sub-stats are very bad. So I'm gonna keep this one for now. I'm definitely considering trying out the other weapons at some point. Okay, that's can we do this an infinite amount here? Co-op gameplay recommended. Oh, really? Then why are they locked? They must be locked because our faction unlocked by completing the Lost Armory quest. Oh, that's what we're actually doing right now, isn't it? Moonshine. Yeah, we're doing this mission at the moment. While not being in autopilot, obviously.
What were you even thinking? I've never seen someone botch a job so badly in my life.
Okay, this is sell shit here and repair. And unfortunately the vendors... Wait, we have a bunch of level 7 weapons in our inventory. Wait, did he have a bunch? Yeah, the thing is, he does have a level 7 weapons in here, but I think he does not have legendary versions. Or maybe they fixed it. Wait, maybe they added higher tier gear to the merchants here.
When are you gonna start living your own life?
Because if they don't have legendary stuff, it would be kind of unlucky. But yeah, level 7 would be nice actually. So let's try to sleep a couple of times and see if he's gonna sell something to us. Yeah, I'm not gonna upgrade shit I don't use. Doesn't mean anything. And you're trying to do the Halloween event, but it's hard. I actually didn't look into it at the moment. Is it fun? Like, is it hard because it's level gated, or is it hard because it's hard? And maybe it's also geared towards co-op, like the other missions we just saw. Yeah, I just want to sleep. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Sleep and reset the vendors and check what they got. I mean, we can also look at the Halloween event for fun. I don't even know how it works. It's like sometimes they have events that are like modifiers for the base game, and sometimes it's like a specific mission. Is it a modifier or just a mission you can do with them?
Me too. Only he knows what happened in old Villador. And soon, thanks to you, I'll know as well.
But it is a nightmare mode that is not nightmare mode. Did we refresh those? I don't think so. The plumber's stick. I thought sleeping refreshed the vendors. Okay, it has modifiers. Yeah, I think that is why I was like, I don't know, when I started, right? I was like, I don't know, I kind of want to have the base experience without the modifiers at the moment. But once I would be in New Game Plus again, I was like, maybe I'm gonna try it out, but I don't know if that's actually gonna happen or not. Because at the moment I'm still doing new content, and I want to see it, quote unquote, for what it is, right? Before, without having, it is definitely randomized, but I don't think he might not have anything legendary. Is it worth checking both of them? Could be. I don't know. I don't like that you can't climb inside. I know why they did it, because the movement speed and everything is limited because of streaming the assets at a certain speed. But yeah, I still wish you could just like go fast. Trying to find someone to play with me. You're looking for a co-op partner. I actually never played Dying Light 2 in co-op. I only played the original in co-op. Together, I think even with my girlfriend, a friend, and another friend, so I did play it quite often. This game so far I have not played in co-op, but one day it's definitely gonna happen. I don't think we're gonna get like a legendary one. I'm gonna do one more time, and I'm gonna be sad. No, actually, it's pretty annoying that you can't get level 7 legendaries anymore. I mean, I guess they wanted you to do something else for them, which is fair, right? But there are so many more activities you can do now.
Running the streets at night? Damn.
Oh wait, the event actually gives you predetermined loadouts. Oh. Another reason why I feel like it's okay for me to try out the new stuff with without the event at the moment. I don't think there's going to be a legendary. I mean, I kind of hope there is, but one more time. Okay, the last time. And I think if it's possible to refresh vendors at such a rate, you should literally just have a reroll button on the vendor shop and let the player fucking reroll. Make it cost money or something, I don't know, but just like save me some time. It's such a dumb way to reroll items. I mean, obviously there might be a better spot to do it, but no, I don't think there is gonna be a legendary in this one. Yeah, it doesn't look like there is anything. So did we repair it? Yeah, we did. Okay, then let's go do the mission here. By the way, does the game have any matchmaking systems? Because I never tried to play it in multiplayer, but it would be kind of nice if they had some. It looks really cool here. It would be kind of nice if they had a matchmaker for people that are looking to play with others. I mean, otherwise there's Discord, obviously, but it's always a hassle, I think, to coordinate. What am I doing? In general, I don't even know if the game has some kind of PvP-centric multiplayer mode where you can... I mean, I know that co-op has like these random challenges, or maybe not only random. You can also initiate them, But I wonder if there's like a dedicated mode where it's more about like doing a bunch of like a bit like GTA Online, where you just do a bunch of challenges against each other. Or there's nothing like that. And use, okay. I don't see any enemies, but okay.
I got it.
Fuck off! It's all there. Incredible. I'm almost impressed.
Just give me the code. A deal's a deal, even if you don't like me.
A deal's a deal.
Maybe I do like you. Maybe I keep you talking. I lean on one foot, hip cocked, play with my hair. We share a laugh. Now I'm sitting beside you. We've talked for hours. It's awkward. Then it's passionate. In the morning, I surprise myself. I don't tell you to fuck off. But, inevitably, because of the world we live in, I lose you. You think I don't like you. Oh, please.
Maybe I don't like you.
Sounds like you lost someone. Someone close.
Didn't everyone? Only thing is, I'm not prepared to do it again. Nice knowing you, Agent Caldwell. Thank you for the shopping. Enjoy your code.
Now, fuck off.
Now go help people. It suits you.
Be right back in 1 minute.
Jay, you there? Delta gave up the code.
Good. I hope no one got hurt.
No, we saved ourselves some pain.
All right. You on your way to Gatsby?
I can be.
Don't mess around. You're not the only one who knows about him.
Tackhead?
Tackhead. Get to Gatsby first.
Got it.
Okay, I'm back. Literally, we're staring at a wall here. I really like the atmosphere of thunderstorms. Oh yeah, and yesterday when I jogged to go bouldering, there was a lot of fog and it looked really pretty with the streetlights, the moon, really nice atmosphere. It was actually rather cold, but at the same time it didn't feel that cold, was also kind of interesting. But for sure I did enjoy the jog. Yeah, the DLC stuff, I don't really care about it at the moment. I wanted to do the DLC after the main game, but I think the DLC, like it, without the grappling hook, it just kind of feels weird, right? So I'm kind of waiting for the grappling hook to do anything too new. Yeah, we haven't been using the paraglider at all today, although it's one of the best ways to get around, so I'm kind of being lazy there. Yeah, it's for sure is one of the best and easiest way from A to B. Must have been here before. We're not really interested in anything but the red stuff and the honey, because I'm only using the healing items. And we have 20 or 16 at the moment or something, and it doesn't really matter because we can craft like a billion, so the healing is solved basically. Okay, so we have to go up here. Hi. I don't really remember how this works though. Wait, lockpick. Oh, 6, bit of MRE. It's very likely actually that we found a gear that is better than what I have and I didn't pay attention. So yeah, maybe there is a piece of gear that fits her build better, but I didn't see it. Wait, what? Oh. Oh, wait. Did he fucking give me the code? Moonshine, the save in Moonshine is the year of the discovery of discovering America. Oh, I hate that. The year of the discovery of America. $1492. Okay. Who gives a shit? Pretty sure that this is covered by other people ahead of that date. What was it? 1492. Okay. 14. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, is that stupid? 1400. Wait. 92? I don't know. Wait, that doesn't make sense actually. Wait, how can this be the combination to the save? You know what? I'm literally gonna put Dying Light behind it. Because they want a specific code and I know what it is. Yeah, I know it's 1492, but what is the code? Because there is a 6-digit number. $1492. Okay, it doesn't make any sense, but okay. 1492. $1492. 1492. I wonder why they went with a 6-digit save combination, to be honest. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but there we go. Okay, there's only DLCs. I mean, there's still the stuff we didn't do here, right? Obviously, I hate that you can scroll with the left mouse button, but with the right, but okay. I don't hate it. I just want to have WSD do something here, right? I mean, does it call for help? I guess, yeah, there is some kind of feature. Which I guess is the matchmaking, maybe. Unknown location. You can also do this auto matchmaking where it like recommends that you go join someone that needs help. I turned off because I didn't intend to do it, so I know we also can't do all DRE stuff just yet, so yeah, let's continue the Lost Armory quest. I don't know why it could be such a simple UI to navigate, but it feels so weird on mouse and keyboard.
Legendary Killian's moonshine. May it actually improve Jack and Joe's mood.
Ooh, bracers. Oh, we already have those. There's more damage. You know what? Seems roughly the same, but which makes sense because it's the same level. Greeting. What the fuck are we doing? Oh. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be a bit more quiet because my girlfriend has an important call from work. Also lower my volume here. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to be a bit more quiet during the next couple of minutes. Okay, there is something up here, but I don't know how to get there. Really? Fuck. Whoops. Sorry, like I said, during the call I'm gonna be pretty silent. Oh. Oh, I guess worth it. I agree. Fuck. Wait, what? Oh, oh god. They just baited me. Classic.
Jay, he's not here.
You sure?
I'm here, alright.
Aiden, should I come to you?
I'll call you back. You Gatsby?
I sold the code.
Why did you hide?
Because I sold the code. I fucked up, man. I fucked up.
Who'd you sell it to?
Some guys. Bandits, probably. Okay, definitely. I sold it to bandits. Fuck me.
All right. Look, maybe we can still get it back. Can you help me find these bandits?
Yeah, of course I can.
Can't say no, huh?
Fuck. Okay. They have a camp by the water. They're probably there now, waiting for Tackhead.
Taghead, huh? He in on this too?
Yeah.
Back in he goes. What a clown. Find the bandits. Yeah, I will, before finding the bandits. I don't know if I have enough endurance for this operation here, so we'll just do casual,
Jay, you there?
intermediate
Jay?
stop. What the fuck is going
Not
on?
time to vanish on me, Jay.
I kind of don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do here, but... Wait, we never went here. Oh, because it's like the stupid radio tower. Which is one of the most unfortunate game design decisions, because it's not clear you can't do it, right? You can easily get up here, and you can't activate it because it's not active, but you don't know at the time, so you're like, is this a bug? The more military tech, which will, I guess we can keep it for the grappling hook, to be honest. Actually be a potential idea. I don't really remember how the game intends you to... Well, I guess now we know. You just fly over. Just like that. Just like that. And then we can't do this here, unfortunately, but we have the quick travel. No, we don't even get the fast travel, don't we? So... Yeah, I think it even unlocks right away. You don't even have to do anything for it. Come on, please. Hmm. Yeah, skill point. Right, we have the after boost. I have the reminder off, so I kind of forget about it. I think bash is kind of nice, but for parkour, the 4 jump was pretty useful. So yeah, this is actually useful because it does physically enable really weird stuff. It doesn't make any sense from an input perspective, and I don't know, it's kind of... I think they have a bit too many buttons for parkour moves in the air, like different buttons, which I think there could have been a better solution. But it definitely has a reason to exist, because on mouse and keyboard you can do it in 180 really quickly, but it still doesn't physically alter the momentum, right? If I do this, maybe it actually does. I don't know. I guess you can already do it like this. Wait, so maybe it doesn't even do anything on PC, I don't know. And Apricon is taking LSD again. Incredible. I literally told him not to do LSD to but he actually did it. Maybe you can tell what I'm doing here. Wait, what the fuck? Yeah, the airdrops. No, I know why we can't get there, right? We don't have to worry about these at the moment. But I kind of feel like UV light could be cool just to stun virals. I don't even know about this. I haven't used the binoculars at all during this playthrough, actually, almost at all. And my first one I did use them a bunch, but it kind of feels like it's almost irrelevant. So yeah, should we upgrade the UV? Because it kind of turns out I'm just dodging anyway, so. I also like that the flashlight has a lot of reach, which is really important for this type of game, actually. I think it's very, very good that the flashlight has a lot of range, right? Because I mean, just turn it off, right? This is what it looks like. Oh shit. I didn't have any endurance because I pay attention. Yeah, so we can just do a night fly here if you want to. So you can see, right, without the flashlight, the game is okay, right? This would just give us a little bit of light. I mean, it's almost daybreak, isn't it? Like the worst demo of anything ever, because like, I think it's almost daytime again. But in general, you can see it's nicer to have a light that gives you a little bit of... What the fuck am I doing? I just want to open the fucking menu, man. Okay. So what time is it? Yeah, it's 1 hour to daylight, so it's not even dark anymore, right? It's like but a demonstration. Like you can see the daybreak's coming, the dawn's coming, but yeah. See, they also want you to turn on the flashlight. They're like, "Are you stupid? Why won't you?" Right? And it really, really helps. Also when flying, so. And why does it have a paraglider? Breath of the Wild, right? Like all the games after Breath of the Wild kind of needed a paraglider, but I think it really suits the game. So I think it's a way better implementation than in Breath of the Wild, where it was like very basic and almost, I don't know, it was okay, right? It definitely was better than Genshin Impact, but still, I feel like in this game, it definitely is well implemented and a bit more fun to use as a result. Which you could say about every single aspect of the movement, but yeah, as much as I like Breath of the Wild, as much as I think this game, I would prefer this game to be honest, personally. For me, it's just more fun. I like I said, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, both fun games. Tears of the Kingdom more fun than Breath of the Wild, but I still feel like both of them are kind of not as fun as this one. I really, really like this game. Even though it's not perfect, obviously. The fire. Boom. I don't even know why I'm... Oh, there's a bug where you can't open the police cars reliably. Yeah, not having to do any lockpicking minigames. It's kind of nice. I don't mind the minigame, but at the same time, it feels rewarding not to have to do it anymore. Good morning. It's like the boost. I'm almost never boosting, I just noticed, because this is a really cool mechanic actually. The jumping on the enemies, and then you can just like dart jump into. That looks so cool. They can just dart jump into them. I mean, maybe you can't. I don't know why. And then you can do the pound attack. That is what I did on my original save. I was like always like running. I hate that you lose all momentum when you do strafe. So you need to do so, and then you jumped, and we just like did this over and over again. I think it is a good strategy for sure. But I definitely chose the wrong healing item as my main heal, because I got like baited by the game thinking that the regenerative heal was going to be trash, and it's actually so goated. I mean, I didn't look at the stats, I guess. Ooh, looks really cool. What am I doing here? Oh yeah, this is a new mission. Find the bandits.
You just found trouble, friend.
Hey, guys, let's settle this amicably, huh? Or not.
Okay, after one hit, they should be backing down. Oh, they're very tanky. Maybe they should not be backing down. Okay, are you good now? Like, that's the moment where you stop fighting. That's the moment where you stop fighting. That's the one thing I don't like about the game, is that humanoid enemies show no reaction whatsoever to anything you do to their teammates. Not teammates, like allies.
Hey, look, I'm sorry about this.
Tackhead get to you, Gatsby?
Yeah,
Just can't say no, can you?
he's gonna build a bandit paradise. No more PK Survivor Renegade bullshit. Sounds really good. He said I could join.
You did all this to become a bandit?
Yeah, so I guess we aren't gonna be friends.
Wait. He's dumb as fuck. I think he is pretty bad at fighting. Yeah, I think he's pretty bad. Whoa, that did so much damage. Wait, does it scale with your weapon? It must, right? Wait, this is actually useful. What the fuck?
Jay, Gatsby's dead, but I got the code. Jay, you there?
I think you're not allowed to dismember him.
Still, never mind. An opportunity to save a friend shall soon present itself.
Where's Jay?
Think back. Where did he say he was going? Muddy ground, was it?
Yeah, muddy ground.
Man, I really hope they make a Dying Light in Japan. Or I'm allowed to play a Black Samurai. Let's jump on him. It's so unreliable, actually, it's crazy. I'm gonna jump over him and then shit on him. Yeah. Wait, can I do it? Wait, what is actually the input for this one? Is it like sprinting, jump shit? Or is it even? Run towards a staggered enemy and hold during wall. Yeah, no, not that. Where's the drop kick? Run at an enemy. I guess you can do it whenever you want, right? Yeah. Wait, can you actually do it right away after jumping? Wait, what? Wait, that's so silly. I guess you could do a challenge run where you only are allowed to drop kick enemies. I think that would work. It's pretty strong. It does scale with your weapon as far as I can tell here. Okay, we should do the... I mean, doing it on rooftops is actually stupid because you can't loot the enemy once you kill him, but you can knock him against walls at least. Which I think does bonus damage. Excuse me. I want to help you. It's very effective. Just imagine fighting and that guy just kicks him against the tree and his leg is ripped off. Wait, you're also a peacekeeper with the dead kind. What are we doing? We're going this way. Thanks for the help, guys. Very appreciate it. Looks so cool, though. Man, the game they really had a knack for colors in this one. I mean, they're not realistic by any means, but they're like pretty. Wait, how does this work? Like this, right? Yeah, I remember this from the original. Like this move is super good for parkour stuff, but I remember being like kind of dissatisfied by how annoying it is to do. And I wouldn't even know what I would have wanted for the input, because like pressing shift when jumping is also not a really good system. Yeah, I think it's fine to have a second button. It's just kind of awkward too. If I had to map every single button I use in the game, I would for sure feel like it would be overloaded. Since I selectively disable certain features personally, like I don't use block, for example, I just have one more button, right? But if I didn't, it would for sure feel bad. You know what? I kind of feel like trying this bowling strat here. Are you okay? Okay, put some UV light on you if you're turning.
How the fuck?
Are you okay? Are you okay? Sorry, I just checked with my foot if you're okay. Are you okay? Huh? Are you okay? Are you civilian or not? I actually don't know. Well, we'll never know. How strong is kicking actually? You seem to kill him pretty quickly. You can knock him down quite easily. It is complete garbage, obviously. Like one hit, right? This is this is one hit with a weapon, just as a comparison. Seems a bit more efficient, if you ask me. But there is a parkour challenge, which I assume we have done. Yeah. This is where we spent like an hour before, so sure we did it. Right? Oh no, grappling hook, yeah. I remember we checked this one before. Like literally today. There is an objective down here. By the way, the radar in this game is way more useful than in God of War Ragnarok, and also I think more required as a result. You can use Survivor Sense only if you want to. Convo emotions that connect. Where the fuck am I going? What am I doing? Find Jai. Is this here Jai? Do you know Jai? Right, the drop kick is funny. But at the same time, we have so many good abilities. Not abilities, we have so much damage just on left flank. It feels like so much more efficient just to go around and one tap enemies like that. I guess they wanted to do the parkour combat changes also for that reason, so there's a bit more variety. But I think the fact they have such a good damage model and feedback for hitting enemies, it doesn't get old, right? It's just fun to kill them. You know what would be really cool, and I don't know if there's a game that has implemented that really nicely. A game where you play a guy that can like transmute into a bigger ultimate version for a certain time, then you can just like pick up enemies and use them as a weapon. They literally just pick up their leg and their entire body and they just like yank them against other enemies. That would be pretty funny. Oh wait, that's the new Assassin's Creed when you play the Black Samurai. I'm sorry, yeah, I forgot about that. It actually looks so stupid, man. Like, why would you ever ruin Assassin's Creed Japan? I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a good game anyway, but it's gonna be fucking silly. And I don't know if that's my expectation, the expectation I want to have when going into an Assassin's Creed, that it's gonna look silly. I guess at least I'm pretty open-minded when it comes to gameplays. For me, the gameplays, I guess it's gonna be fine, but it's just literally gonna destroy the immersion. It's already destroyed, actually. Find Jai. I'm trying to find Jai. Why is this section the most ass section in the game for finding things? Oh, baby. Perfect. I think we got him. Fuck looting, actually. Seriously, where is the... Drop kick or enemies? Where the fuck is Jai? Jai? Oh yeah, you're right, you heal while exploring, but that's way too slow. Wait, find Jai is now here? What? What the fuck? Wait. Is that Jai? Oh.
That's Jay's.
Jay. The classic bowling. Wait, so we found his hat, but... Great. So where the fuck do you want me to search? Like, I don't even know. Warum? Ja.
Kommt dann 2 Minuten. Ganz vergessen. Sie muss um 18 Uhr.
Okay.
Alter, leck mich!
Okay. Schau dir das an. Hier. Hier, Achtung. Demo 4. So. Ich habe leider nicht gesehen, wie er auf den Boden gefallen ist. Aber, also hat sie jetzt... Mhm. Okay. Ja. Hm. Aber die ist ansonsten okay. Hier kurz ran. Ja, hallo? Hallo? Hey, just got a call. Nothing urgent, but I still planned on planning eating and the dinner. So for today, it's gonna be the stream. Sorry for ending it on a call. Yeah, but tomorrow we'll definitely go back to Metaphor and UFO 50. So this is basically just a little showcase. I did a very bad job, I guess, of showcasing the average game flow because we talked so much random shit. But definitely, what I wanted to say basically is I think the game is very, very recommendable. I think it's a very fun game, and over the 2 years they have worked quite a bit on it, right? They added a ton of useful stuff, more, I guess, late game content, if you care about that. But the first time playthrough experience is also improved for sure. A lot of small changes, and I think it's a very fun and engaging game, and yeah, I definitely recommend it. And that's why I wanted to showcase it again once, you know, since I did spend quite a lot of time off stream playing it, and I'm still enjoying it. I will probably also continue playing it every now and then off stream, just like as my casual, you know, like just chill out game, and while listening to other streams and stuff like that. So yeah, that's basically the idea. Right, there's like a way here you can find, and but for, tomorrow for sure we're going to continue with UFO 50 and Metaphor, because those we never did on stream completely.
Jay is safe. I propose an exchange. His life for the codes. His liberty for the Dakota. You didn't know there was a Dakota? Neither did Jay.
How about you go fuck yourself?
Nice idea. Just don't think I'm flexible enough. Look at us. Rootless. Transient. Flotsam floating among the nations. A part of none of them. Do you not yearn for home?
Not sure I ever had a home.
Poor boy. Denied his needs so long, he doesn't even feel his loss. I'm gonna build my people a home. And I'm gonna build it with firearms.
Enough of this. Where's Jay?
Stand by to kill the spy. His life for the codes. His liberty for the Dakota. Take the offer. You know you're going to.
You sure about that?
Sure, I'm sure. Because you want the guns too.
All right. Where's the decoder?
At a GRE facility, of course. Now, the codes. Hand them over. A pleasure doing business with you.
I like though the game just like, oh no, it didn't despawn him. I just want to say despawns NPCs when they go onto the side after a cutscene. But yeah, like I said, I really like the game. I think it's very much a very fun and good game, and I do highly recommend it if you like this type of game, right? It's not obviously for everyone, but in general, I think it's a very, very fun and unique experience, and a very good one. And yeah. So tomorrow though, not because the game is bad, but because we already finished it once on stream, and it's like more of a, you know, casual off-stream game for me at the moment. Maybe it's going to make a return at some point just for one stream or something again. Or like when the DLC comes out, for sure we're going to play that, right? But the standalone DLC, that is. But yeah, not because I don't like the game as always, right? We swap the games a lot. So Metaphor, which I didn't play in ages since we last streamed, is a full 100% on-stream game. So we're going to focus on that, and also UFO 50, like golding all the games / sharing some of them. I also want to continue because it's really fun, and that's also like a 100% on-stream thing. So that's why we're going to go back to those. But definitely, if you haven't played Dying Light 2 yet, and you like this type of game, it's very worth playing, and it's just a fun game, right? So definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Metaphor and UFO 50. Bye bye. Thanks for watching.